Welcome to a series of podcasts discussing series of films.
I'm Matt.
I'm Dave.
In a world inundated with prequels, sequels, spin-offs, and reboots, we ask the question,
Do we need one more? I think we do.
I think we don't. So,
Hello. What's up, Matt?
you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm doing all
Feeling
right.
pretty good?
Yeah, how you guys feeling? You guys feeling good?
I'm feeling super.
Damn.
What,
Are you
super shit? Hashtag spoiler.
Whoa. Are we doing spoilers?
Not yet. We're going to get to it.
All right, 30
but-
minutes free spoiler.
Yeah, 30 minute
Yeah.
free spoiler.
So let's just jump into this
Let's
this
jump into
bad
this,
boy.
guys.
We've been covering the Superman movies
Yes.
obviously for the last month-ish,
Yes.
2 months.
So good.
And we finally reached our culmination point.
This is the final episode in our Superman saga.
That's right. Batman
until we
versus
find a way to
Superman.
come back somehow.
I'm sorry, what?
We could return at some point.
Yeah.
We could return.
We'll do.
We'll
This
come
is
back.
BVS?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be Superman revisited
We'll do DC League of Super Pets. We'll do the whole thing.
and Black Adam, right?
Oh, yes. But just the end
Yeah.
credits?
Okay, yeah, actually, okay. So here's a
Just
fun.
the very
Here's
end.
a fun thing. I was out at a restaurant and Black Adam was on TV. And you know how there's like a kind of a rule, not really a rule, but there's like kind of an old like saying that like a really good movie with good visual storytelling you can watch without the sound.
Yes.
So I didn't have the sound for Black Adam. Could not tell you what was going on
Fair.
at all.
But how cool did Dr. Fate look?
He looked sick as hell.
That's,
that
that's
was
exactly it. You know what
that
I
I was able to gather without sound, but
mean? But yeah, so we
the
are
Rock
reaching.
is very shiny too.
That's true.
There's fighting.
There is fighting,
They fight.
and there's some
That's-
other people.
There's a couple other people.
Yeah.
There's a Justice
Hawkman
Gang of
looks
sorts.
cool. There's a Justice Gang, yeah.
More of a society in that film. But
Society of 4 or 5 people.
yes, exactly.
A whole society.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
But yeah, so we are
Textbook
officially
definition.
getting to cover and talk about James Gunn's Superman.
Yes, 2025.
Yes,
For people who are coming back to this in the future.
that's true.
Which comes out in 2 days.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're in the past.
Well,
What day is it?
we
We just broke the fourth wall of time.
that's the
did.
thing is that this episode comes out on Friday. We're recording this on a Wednesday, but we saw it last night on a Tuesday.
Yes.
So we're talking about a movie we saw yesterday that people won't hear for another 2 days.
We had early access because we're important. We're important people.
Our
I think
friends
it's
at
not
because we were
just
Amazon
fans.
Prime.
customers.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
friends is an Amazon
Yeah.
Prime member.
Which it is today, and I think it might even be so on the day this comes out. So I don't know if you guys celebrate, but happy Prime Day.
Happy Optimus Prime Day, yes.
That's true. I do celebrate
we
Optimus
need to use
Prime
the
Day,
All-Spark
certainly.
to save us all.
We remember.
Megatron.
Can't forget.
We remember it. A true hero.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, I think going into this movie, I know with every
Yeah.
episode we kind of talk about what people's relationship is with the movie that we're covering.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious because we've actually never really asked this, I don't think, in the series. What's everyone's relationship to James Gunn, to the films of James
True.
Gunn?
And also, I'm gonna just tack on to Dish because you've been watching these movies with us.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Your relationship to Superman as a whole. So I don't know if you want. Oh, and for those of you who are jumping in for the first time, we have our special guest, producer Dish.
Oh, yeah. I'm back.
He's back. If you like what he's doing in this episode, go check out our Final Reckoning episode because
Yeah.
he debuted on that one as well. So
We're just trying to do as many new movies as possible because
Yes.
the deal is I can be in those ones.
That's true.
Yes.
And there
I'm
is
just
some
kidding.
more coming.
The deal is I could be in as many as I want.
Yes.
But
You can also follow him
But
on
it's typically the new
OnlyFans.
movies that we've done.
I heard that.
We're gonna sneak that one in.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Got right in there.
The real
Okay.
listeners are like, "Oh, I'm in."
Yeah.
So I could say Superman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Superman.
That's
I
not a
grew up-
spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. Whoa. His name is Superman.
Yes.
I feel like my relationship is interesting. I grew up with a best friend next door who like loved comics and Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So all of my stuff was nearly secondhand, but I was for sure like a Spider-Man guy. Like I have like a bunch of Spider-Man comics
Yeah.
Hell
somewhere, you know.
That's how you do it.
Um,
You get both of those at the same time, and then as you get older, you realize Batman is like the one.
Wait a second.
You're like, wait. So you're like Andy with the toys. You're like, I
Yeah.
don't want to play with you anymore. And then you
Right.
circle back in your mid-20s.
Yeah, no, but I hadn't seen any of the movies until we just all watched them,
Yeah.
except for Man of Steel and Superman Returns. I think I watched it once, maybe twice, like when it came out. But all the originals, I feel like I've seen clips of them, but I haven't ever like watched them. So they were all pretty new to me and quite amazing. Love them. I'm like, those are instant classics for me.
Yeah. They're all
I'll
amazing
rewatch.
for very different reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
The
there's a
first
scale.
two because they're pretty good movies.
They are.
The last two because they're movies.
Yes, because there's something to witness.
Yeah, because you can watch them.
Yeah.
Wait, which last two? The last Christopher Reeves ones?
The last
or
Christopher
or
Reeve.
the two other attempts at rebooting this character.
Yeah.
Or are we just talking Steel?
I'm actually just talking Steel.
We're
Fair.
just talking Steel.
All four of them.
Yeah.
No, but
There's 4 Steel movies?
It's true.
Returns was great. I was like, this is cool. For me as a kid, like watching it, I was like, that was cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it didn't really grab me.
Yeah.
And then Man of Steel, something about it. I don't know if it was like the era for me. I was like, yeah, that was pretty dope. And then I proceeded to not watch any of the other DC stuff except for the 2 Wonder Women.
Nice. Okay.
So BVS, no, Justice League on a plane
Nice.
without sound, I think.
Which
I don't remember.
version of the Justice League did you get? Did you watch the Justice
I think it's
Cut?
gotta be
Did you-
the theatrical one.
Just
right?
the theatrical cut?
Yeah.
Um,
So there's that. But like, yeah, I don't know. Getting into these has actually been like so fun. And then
yeah.
leading up to this, you guys know we all saw it together. I was like so hyped. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about this and like explore what you guys think. Because if you guys didn't catch the Final Reckoning, I'm new to film.
Yeah.
I've probably watched more movies
We've bullied you
this
into watching
year so far.
many movies. Have you had
Yeah, we're
enough yet?
sorry. We're
Yeah,
really
like
sorry.
We're like, take that.
No, it's
and this,
fantastic.
And
I'm
now
s-
one of those.
I'm so cultured now. But like, I've watched more movies, for this year than I have like in a long time.
Mhm.
So it's been really cool, like especially getting to explore these Superman movies and
Yeah.
like the OG ones in the 1900s. But like, that sounds funny.
Yeah,
But it was.
The
1900s.
1900s.
It's split between the 70s
Back
and 80s.
in my
but
day.
you know what I
Ye
mean.
old.
So yeah, my relationship with Superman is like not really there. But now I'm like, do we need one more?
That is
I think we're gonna
the
find out.
titular question.
We just
is it
continue to
not?
blow the rest of the episode.
Who knows?
And
What's-
we're like Pa Kent. We're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Kevin Costner. Like no.
What is
It's
your
okay.
relationship with James Gunn as a filmmaker?
So limited. Again, I'm one of the people that like right now I'm looking up what has James Gunn done.
I know it's a
Yeah.
pretty
Um,
not a super long list for him, but a really pretty solid one in my opinion.
I agree.
He directed,
He wrote.
wrote. Okay.
Wrote, yes.
So I will say Scooby Doo,
Yes.
pinnacle part of my
Yeah.
childhood.
It's
So
an
like
all-time classic.
I would say
Part of your DNA. If you haven't seen it, you can't get into the fortress
Right.
of we need one more dude.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
I would say without knowing it, I've loved it. Right? Like he
Yeah.
brings something to movies and we've
Yeah.
talked about his style and his writing habits and him as a creative and I'm like I respect that.
Mhm.
So, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff as I haven't watched a lot of movies in general, but like I know for me like Guardians of course, like I'm a big Marvel fan.
Sure.
Seen nearly all of those as I avoided all the DCEU stuff, but like Guardians just like they have a flavor that may or may not have been in Superman for me.
Fair enough.
No spoilers.
Yeah, we're waiting.
No spoiler. No spoiler.
I feel like, or do you want to take it first? How do you feel?
James Gunn.
Yeah.
I
how do
mean,
you-
yeah. I'll
you
take
want
that
to.
baton. Yeah, I guess. I really had no idea James Gunn's like whole thing until Guardians, and I have been meaning to go back and watch Super, but have not.
Mhm.
I've seen movie 43, which he has either written or directed one of the sketches.
I think you're the only person at this table that's seen movie 43.
It is
Or in the
funnier than
world?
you would think it is, and
That's
also
true, or
just
in
as
the-
bad as you think it is.
or in the world. Dish is right. You may be the only person on Earth.
I might be. I'm the only one. I rented it.
Hey, listen, fair.
Which can I just pause this and say that I feel like we're stimulating the economy by the amount of
Oh,
movies
yeah.
I've had to rent.
Oh yeah.
If you guys are following along, we can do this together.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you guys are watching these movies,
Yeah.
we're
We
kind of
can-
sorry
we can
that you have
turn
to
the
rent
tide.
them.
Yeah.
But
We can bring
$3.79
back
on Amazon.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
bring back the DVD market, guys. Single-handedly.
I would.
Those DVD
Love
sales.
that.
We can start getting the
We
mid-budget.
could sell
Let's all
box
come together.
sets. Box sets for We Need One More.
Yes.
Season
Good.
1, all the movies we did.
This is good.
It's part of the Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble right now.
But you were saying so like.
But so
too-
really, it's just Guardians and Scooby-Doo, basically.
Nice.
And I'm a big fan of all of those. So,
Fair enough.
and then Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
He did the second one, which
The-
I love a lot.
I completely agree. I think that movie is.
I think it slaps and goes very hard.
I think it's oddly underrated. I think that's kind of a partially due to the time that it came out. It came out like just as COVID was, we were still very much in the heat of that, and they were doing the day and date thing at Warner Brothers where they were releasing things on Max or HBO Max by the time that this episode comes out.
Who?
HBO Max, then now HBO Max again.
Actually, I think by this Friday, in the next 2 days, will be Maximum Overdrive, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point. That's fair. It'll be Max Keeble's Big Move. Is
Yeah,
what
it'll be HBO presents Max Keeble's Big Max.
I
Max.
can't wait.
Partnered with McDonald's.
McDonald's, the Big Max is back.
Mad Max Streaming Road.
It's two like Blu-rays with like a big chunk of bread in the middle.
You need it.
But yeah,
I need a double-decker sandwich in that regard.
I think that movie, The Suicide Squad, is like one of those ones where it, like his Guardians movies are his kind of biggest claim to fame, I suppose. But The Suicide Squad, especially it being his first DC entry, we've got a couple now with Peacemaker and then Creature Commandos and now this. Like, I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. I think it's really solid.
Oh, I forgot about Peacemaker. Well, I really walked in like completely like forgetting everything I had seen.
It's
today.
okay.
You guys are like, introduce yourself, and I was like, my name is
We
what?
Need One More?
My name is Slim Shady.
That's
I
fair.
don't know who I am.
But no,
Jean Valjean?
Peacemaker is like one of.
Peacemaker. I'm ready for season 2.
I can't wait for season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. James Gunn, he's just one of those guys. He's really good at getting me to like turn my brain off and just enjoy the movie. And I don't know quite why he's able to have that effect on me.
I think he's.
But I just have so much fun every time he does a movie or a
Yeah.
show or anything. I'm just sitting there like a kid, like like I'm so like excited for whatever he's doing.
I get that. I feel like his biggest strength and what, like, I feel like I remember when he got announced that he was doing Superman, that he said, oh, I'm writing it, I may or may not be directing it. And then when he said he was directing it, that like there was a lot of people on the internet just talking about the Guardians style humor and that was like his only kind of
Like a shtick.
bag, like it was it in his bag of tricks. Yeah, his shtick, like that was the only thing he could do. And not to say that is not, there's not elements of that in this, but I do feel like oddly we don't talk enough about is like his heart.
Yes.
And I feel like that's really like when you talk about that, he just like kind of makes you forget about things and really latches you in. Is I feel like he has such a knack for like offering human emotions to characters that you would not expect that from.
Yeah.
Whether it's like Groot or Rocket or Polka Dot Man, like, or Peacemaker. And like, if anything like that, I think is what makes him so perfect for Superman. Not that Superman is like you can't relate to Superman, but I feel like in film they do have trouble characterizing him.
A little bit, yeah. They're trying to find that balance between God and man.
Yeah, well, even like I think we said on one of the last episodes that it was like there's a stoicism to Superman a lot of the times in film and how he's maybe not exclusively in film, but just for the measures of this podcast in film.
In the real world.
In the real world, he's a real man who really truly exists.
Yes.
And I feel like Gunn is able to humanize him in a way, or at least show people why Superman has lasted as long as he does.
Yeah.
And it's been like almost 100 years. He's the first superhero. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like very. I remember when it got announced, and I don't remember if we talked about this, but I remember being like, I'm not super interested in the idea of him directing it, but I'm open to him writing it because he's a good writer. And I don't know why I was dumb and said that. I take that back wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Well, it's like funny you say that because like in the reverse, I remember when we watched Guardians 2,
Yeah.
or Volume 2. Yeah,
fair,
like
fair.
I
That
remember
was so
thinking, "There's
embarrassing.
a spider on the table."
It's
You think if
gone.
it bites me, I'll get superpowers?
No, Dave, don't.
The episode just ends like. "Wee." No, but I remember when Volume 2 came out and like the whole finale is like, Peter Quill flying around stuff. I remember thinking like, would James Gunn be good at doing Superman? I kind of want to see it. And I got my wish.
Thank you for putting
It's a
that
good
in
wish.
the universe.
Do
we want to jump right
I should have
in?
done universal healthcare, but
That's all right.
I
We'll do
kind of
that.
blew that one. Sorry, guys.
Should we? Yeah. What is your problem? No.
I really like movies and I get easily distracted. That's my problem.
I understand. Do we want to? Do we want to jump into the movie?
Yeah,
Non-spoiler
I'm down
thoughts?
to jump into the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, non-spoilers and then mega spoilers.
Yes, and then we'll go.
This is it. Pause.
Yeah. I know
Go
you guys are
watch the
normally, you
movie.
guys are bracing yourself for spoilers because we never warn you. But today we're
Yes.
warning you that we're not doing the spoilers yet.
Yeah. Once the spoilers happen, we will let you know that we're talking about the details. But right now, generally, how do we all feel about the movie?
I loved it.
I also loved it.
I loved it too.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Three guys at a
Three
table
guys.
loving one
We can love to
movie.
admit we love
Superman.
something.
I-
No shame, no fear.
It's
It's
one
a
of
safe
those
space.
truly
Be
where we can
vulnerable.
Let
talk
it
about
out, Dave.
things that we like.
I really like that movie.
Thank you. I agree.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to me, guys.
It honestly, like, and I don't mean to be too like verbose or hyperbolic. I don't want to like recency bias, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I do legitimately think this may be the best Superman movie that we have had.
I think it's a strong contender for that. Like that's a really bold claim,
It is a bold claim.
but I'm behind it, and I,
I
will
need a
help fight you
10-page
on that hill.
paper
I
to believe you.
I
Oh,
can't
just
write.
kidding.
So
may I offer in our podcast.
I'm illiterate.
I'll take it.
Okay. I think,
Nice.
I think there's a magic.
Fun fact: this is how we started the show, guys. This is how we got him to agree to do it.
No, I think there's a magic to the first Chris Reeve Superman that is hard to replicate.
Yes.
But I think in terms of, and I do have criticism of this movie, but like, I do think in terms of its characterization of certain characters, I think in terms of its set pieces,
Yeah.
and its general message, I think it is the closest we've gotten to Superman as he is on the page.
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Because it also like Christopher Reeve's obviously like established everything, but also we've never done like the wacky Superman stuff from the
Yes.
comics, and we're finally doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hecklin got to do a little bit of it in his show to a degree.
Yeah, there's a little
but
bit.
like finally big screen, like we're getting weird little babies and black holes and
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
Well, sorry,
I think
go ahead.
that was it for me too. I know we haven't, or like when you guys talked about the last two Returns and Man of Steel, the goofy Clark Kent is not present,
No.
No,
right? Like the Reeves we have like super goofy and oh hey Lois, like
Yeah.
he has the voice that's different. He's constantly saying like funny things, and anything he says, people are like, Clark, you're a little weird, aren't you? You know, like they're
Yeah.
constantly pointing it out, and like, I think that we got to see that in this one, and I'm like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Like that was, I think, honestly, the secret sauce. I might have to give it more serious thought to maybe fully agree with you that this is maybe the best one we've gotten.
Yeah.
I think there's a bunch of reasons I would say yes, but I need to personally wrestle with him versus Reeves, because Reeves has been my favorite so
Totally,
far, right? With
100%.
the other ones, I was like, oh, like still, like as much as I love Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
and then
Brandon Routh.
the other guy who's also
Shaquille
in the
O'Neal.
Arrow,
Dean Cain?
and Shaquille O'Neal. Like, I love them, but like, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the goofy Clark Kent that you really like to see.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
for me, that's kind of the one that you connect with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a person. He acts like a person, and he's very like goofy about it, but he still seems like a person. And then there's that other side of him that's like the Superman.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, I think like there's always with I feel like whenever we get a Superman movie in like human history, it's always at a time where like the general comic bookiness, like adopting that, is often like not what people are the most interested in.
Yeah.
Like Superman the movie, they're like, we need to make sure that like, yes, it's goofy, but like we need to make sure that like it's the era of like bring the character, bring some things, but don't really bring anything else.
Yeah.
And then 2005, we're like, we are getting closer, but we're still in like the shadow of like the X-Men movies, and it's the same director that's doing Returns.
Yeah, it's also like 1 year after the Batman Begins. Like,
Exactly.
it's just like
Darker,
Yeah.
more serious.
they're like,
then-
oh, we might want them to punch each other later in a team up kind of thing.
Yeah, and then Man of Steel, and then like the subsequent like BVS Justice League, which we did not talk about in the series, but like they are
We
comic.
know the answer to that question.
Yes.
That's true.
Just kidding.
They're comic booky, but like they're not. They are really focused on being like gritty above anything else, which is a word that like at this point like doesn't really mean anything anymore.
No, it is. It's a buzzword. Like so many things.
It's gritty.
Yeah,
gritty.
it's like
In what way?
awesome.
I'm like,
Gray.
it's like it's sand in it. You know, when you put it in your teeth, it's like
Yeah, it's just a little. You're like something's happening, but I don't know if this is
you're like
the
that.
correct
I forgot to floss.
answer.
That's what I mean by gritty.
Yeah.
But I think again, Gunn has always shown, whether it's the Guardians movies or Suicide Squad or whatever, and like, he's always been able to do the big comic book thing, and he's a self-proclaimed lover of comic books, and many. I mean, he
I believe
likes
that claim. He seems to.
well because he loves all the
He seems
deep
well-read.
cuts. Yeah, he's very well read on it, and so he is able to like. I don't know how he does it. I guess it's just generally just the earnestness of the characters that he can do crazy shit.
You know what it is for me, and whether or not this is like formulated and sold to us because of good marketing, who knows? We may never know. But on the topic of James Gunn and that, like, there's the passion.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell the person who wrote this, that filmed this, the people who were in it
Yeah.
had a passion that like some movies don't have, and you're like, oh look, the star of the movie's constantly trashing on the movie.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't do well.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to go see that movie. The person who did it doesn't even want to see the movie. So like when it comes to this cast that like automatically feels like they all have such good chemistry.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then like the director, you could just tell like, oh, this guy loves it.
Yeah.
Like he's a nerd. Like you can feel it. And then when you're watching the movie, you're like, oh, like he did that because he wanted to.
Yeah.
And I just get to enjoy it. And there's something magical about that is hard to quantify.
Yeah.
Because like, again,
It's why we like the movies.
yeah,
It's true.
And like I choose to believe that it's real. Whether or not it is, again, formulated as like a marketing thing, I'll believe it's real and I'm going to enjoy it.
I mean, I think and we'll talk more non-spoiler specific stuff, but like, Gunn has said many times in interviews that like when he was in between, being fired and being hired for Guardians, when he got the Suicide Squad, that the people at Warner Brothers said before Suicide Squad, they said, "Do you want to do Superman?" And he was like, "No, I don't really have a take on that character." Like he was smart enough to be like, "That's too big."
He lied.
Yeah, and he's a fucking liar.
He's like, I know exactly what I would do, but you're not going to let me do it, are you?
But he
And then they made him their king, and he was like, now I can do it.
Yep.
well what's interesting is he actually has said, so he has been writing Superman well before he became head of DC. He started writing it
That's true.
in like a year before or something. But so that he didn't want to do Superman, he didn't see a version of the story that he could tell. He does the Suicide Squad, and at some point during that, due to his relations with his father, that the idea pops in his head. And as I'm sure maybe a lot of the stuff that happened post all the kind of Guardians stuff, maybe stuff popped up from there. But like basically, he's like, the idea hit me, and I realized that I needed to tell it.
Yeah.
And I do also think it's very special to say that the movie comes out fully wide release July 11th on his dad's birthday, which I think is really, really beautiful.
Yeah. Well, did you see the thing? Apparently that was like kind of coincidence.
Yeah, he forgot.
Yeah. And Sean Gunn was like, oh, dude, that's so funny. And he's like, what? In what way? He's like, that's Dad's birthday. And he was like, what?
Yeah, he like didn't even.
He was like, yes, this is a Father's Day movie now.
He was so caught up in making the movie that like he was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize.
Yeah. I was too busy doing my job.
But yeah, I think yeah, true.
He was like, I was working, dude.
But I think like it's exciting that Gunn is a filmmaker who is like often telling like big-hearted stories with cynical characters.
Yeah.
And then over the course of, he said like Rocket Raccoon is the character he relates to the most. That like as time has gone on, as his career has gone on, he's grown into a filmmaker that feels comfortable and mostly, I'm assuming, comfortable and confident in tackling a character as earnest and uncynical as Superman.
Yeah.
And I think he really nails it. I just think he really nails the characterization of him,
I would agree with that.
of Lois, of Lex. I think not only are the performances, like you said, like everyone like clearly clicks into their roles, and it seems like they're all loving what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like they're all really, really well characterized, and I think really strong. I think Lois, this is like the most
It's probably one of the-
active Lois has been in a movie.
Yes, and maybe no. I have like some thoughts near
I
the
have
end of the
thoughts.
movie, but I will say I like the energy of this Lois. It's like the most
Yes.
like I was thinking about like the Man of Steel, like Amy Adams, and how she's kind of got like a softer energy, and I like a Lois Lane's a lot scrappier, and so like we
Sure.
finally got one that's like nail you to the wall and be like, tell me, like, you know, like,
Yeah,
like
totally.
I've got questions and you're gonna answer them, mister, and you're like, ah.
No, I feel like
So big fan of that.
yes, even like characters like Jimmy Olsen, who like often aren't even in the Reeves movies. He is in the movies, and I like Mark McClure in that role. Like I think it's a pretty accurate Jimmy Olsen, but he doesn't really get to do a lot.
Yeah,
and
he's
Jimmy
like,
Olsen,
I gotta do something. Breaks his leg.
yeah, he just like kind of is
Like,
out of
oh,
commission.
no.
And Jimmy Olsen has a fucking insane history in the comics of like things that have happened. Like I actually don't know if you know about this dish, but like
Call me James.
there was like a run by Jack Kirby, who's like a massive Jack the King Kirby, right?
Yeah. True the Fantastic Four. Big, responsible for a lot of iconic designs.
He started writing a Jimmy Olsen comic book, and he was just like, I'm gonna have Jimmy do like the craziest thing. Jimmy like becomes a turtle at one point. He like becomes like
Dr. Manhattan.
he gets like married to, Jimmy goes on basically the craziest shit that you could imagine. And like even it seems pretty clear that like Gunn is a fan of that. And there are
Right.
these things of like, and this isn't to get spoilery, but like Jimmy Olsen very famously, yeah, like he tends to like be kind of like a ladies man. Like he has like a really
Is there a basis for that? in the
There is
comics?
a
'Cause
basis
my
for that.
understanding was that he was just like a nerd who couldn't pull, and then this movie
No.
rolls up, and I'm like, they're
The-
doing something fun and different.
the-
But I guess not. No.
The joke is that he is a nerd who surprisingly pulls. It's like kind of the thing that everyone's always like, "What, Jimmy?" Like kind of a thing. Like,
Yeah.
and
I can't relate.
and same. No, but like he, that like yeah, that Gunn is like aware of that, and he allows Jimmy to be the Jimmy of the comics. And I think
That's
Skylar
really fun, actually.
Gisondo is like such a one-to-one.
I remember how excited
adaptation.
you and I specifically got when he got announced. We were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
such a good pick."
Well, because there was a lot of talk about who it was going to be, and I didn't even think about him. And I was like, yeah, that is the right guy to play Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
I think there are characters that I think aren't given as much to do as some other characters, but also I think I was thinking about this a lot last night, that it was like those characters are all supporting, right? And so it is that thing of like, whether or not a character is a character from the comics, that Gunn is not looking to like, everybody gets like a moment that's cool for the most part,
Yeah.
but it is that kind of like, because it's not like Guardians, it's not a team movie, right?
No, it's not.
They are not like going to be offered the same amount of real estate as someone in like a team movie would. You know what I mean?
Real estate.
Real
Not to
estate.
yeah,
Real
fuck.
estate? Real
Spoilers.
estate scam?
Not to bring up real estate. But like
Real estate.
I think
Like Charlie Brown.
it's that
Yeah,
thing of
yeah.
like what I think is effective is that there are performances, things that I am excited to see more of the characters coming out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not a character that I'm like, I don't want to see them anymore. I'm interested in
Yeah,
all
no,
of the
there's a lot of
characters.
stuff where you're like, what's going on over here? I wanna know more.
Yeah, and
Which I
it's-
think is actually kind of the one. It's not even like really like it's more of just a thought, far from a criticism. But it's like there's a lot of characters in these movies, and they're all very interesting for the like minimal amount of time you get a lot of these like other characters, and it's like. For me, I kind of go like that's a lot of characters to like give us and make interesting
Was
to
a
not
lot.
have the like bandwidth to actually get into those dynamics and stuff. Based on certain things they end up doing like later in the movie, you're like, wait, hold on.
yeah, I think there's one character in specific that I think is the most has the smallest role, I would say, is what I will say right now in terms of like active things in the plot at times. But everybody else, like I think it's to the Justice Gang is like a group that is like they are there to support Superman's story. They're not there to drive it in the same way that
No.
like Drax
Yeah.
or Groot or
No.
whoever would.
How do we feel about the casting for the Justice Gang? We got Nathan Fillion.
Oh.
We've got
It's Isabella Merced,
yes,
Nathan
there's
Fillion,
Hawkgirl,
and Eddie Gathegi
Eddie Gathegi
as Mr. Terrific.
hell yeah,
The standout,
so cool,
Amazing.
I would say.
amazing, like return to form, like a redemption for
Truly.
Mr. Darwin.
They just all seem like they had fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like those were just fun roles to be in.
100%. And I think
super fun.
like the way that they're all like all their powers are very fun and interesting. Gunn does different things with all of them. Yeah.
Good selection of powers, I guess, to go from.
Yes, yeah, very much so. And I think yeah, I mean they're all cast really well. I think they all get a moment. There's a specific line that Guy Gardner has that like made me laugh so fucking hard. There were a couple, but like one specifically that we'll get into when we talk about spoilers, but like
Yeah,
I think everybody does. I think there is not a bad performance of the bunch.
I don't think so. No,
Frankly.
I don't think so. I think there's it's everyone's so much fun in this movie. And again, like this movie's just it's fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun. I've
Very
been hearing
sci-fi.
some criticisms of this movie is that it's too silly, but I think it's just Superman.
Or is it
Yeah.
What
just
are your
not
guys' thoughts on that?
silly enough?
So not silly. We can go sillier.
I
We could go to Camelot.
dude, Camelot.
It was a silly place.
I think honestly, I get that it's maybe the most comic booky thing that Gunn
Yeah.
has done, but I do think it's one of those where it's like if this is a world and the movie, lets you know this right off the bat that it's like metahumans have existed for centuries.
Yeah.
That like this is a world that we are being placed into, that we are kind of opening a door and we're getting to experience this for the first time. That like I kind of like that we are fully enveloped in it. That we, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
like this like crazy sci-fi stuff and like sometimes fantasy is like all on the table. That it's like we don't
Yeah.
have to take. I think we're in an era now where it's like we don't have to take 10 years to build up to, magic or whatever. While the MCU, I think it worked at that time. Like
Yeah.
we're not in 2008 anymore. It's been
No.
almost 20 years. Like it's like you can just like we are more aware of this stuff. And I think
I feel like you just shame me for my age, but go ahead.
it's okay. It's equidistant for all of us. But
I don't like it. Time is moving at a rate that I cannot control.
I agree. But yeah, I mean, the sci-fi stuff, I think maybe it gets close to maybe being too goofy, but I also think again, we've talked about this before. I like a big swing.
I like a big swing too. I also like when they take like what's the genre and they like embrace it.
Yeah.
Like we had this like trend of like musicals that were like ashamed to be musicals and were trying to be anything but a musical, and then everyone was like, "This sucks," and everyone's like, "Yeah, I wonder why they're not doing their genre correctly."
It
So-
also like because it feels so. I know it's James Gunn and he did Marvel films, but the world feels so distinct from Marvel.
It does.
Like it feels so rich and like I could like turn around a corner and like find something completely that I've never experienced before.
It'd be like a donut.
Yeah, I don't truly. What do you think, Dish? How do you feel?
Yeah.
Valid. In
You
terms
got
of
me
it
there.
being too sci-fi or goofy or whatever.
I liked it. As the average moviegoer
Yes.
and the casual movie enjoyer, I like it. I think the reputation that like the DCU had about like being like dark and kind of grim and gritty, like you said,
Yeah. Nonsense.
it just didn't really get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I to explain why? Can we go into spoilers? Do we want to jump into the movie?
Yeah, we should probably jump into the
Yeah.
movie and start talking spoilers. But just I guess transition to this, I guess you recommend people go see this movie? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm giving
right
this
now.
like a big thumbs up.
Yeah. Go pause it.
Go see it.
Go.
Yeah, pause this. Go see it. Come back.
I think there's some.
Re-listen to all of our episodes listening up to this,
Yes. I think there's some.
and watch
some
every movie.
I think the movie is
Watch Steel twice.
true. I think there's some editing stuff with this movie that is a bit my biggest
That's
criticism.
kind of where I wanted to talk about
Just
that
before
too,
we
but
fully
we'll jump
go
into
into
story
spoilers,
and
I just
stuff
wanna
and
let-
stuff, but
Yeah.
that out. Just to be like, I'm.
I guess we talked about Lois, we talked about Jimmy, we talked about our Superman, but we didn't talk about Lex. Do we want to just do a quick thing on how we feel about this version of Lex Luthor with Mr. Nicholas Hoult, or do you want to jump into the story and take it from there?
I say general, 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs
Yeah.
up.
We'll get into spoilers,
Like
but
2 bald caps up,
I agree, 100%. 2 bald caps in the air.
like graduation, just like.
Yeah, I think it's maybe not perfect, but I do think
Yeah.
it is really emotional and
Yeah.
evocative and rich, and I think the characters are strong.
Yeah.
I saw I can't remember the name of the review, but I saw something that said you'll believe a universe can fly, which I think
Not bad.
I completely
I
wholeheartedly
was
agree.
gonna say, I think part of this movie is it kind of captures that magic that we've been talking about making people believe a man could fly. Like I feel like we've got that like magic back, which is
Yes.
so nice.
Yeah.
This is a DC universe that I think is able to be explored
Yes.
for a long time.
Yeah, and I was also gonna say I like that this one it doesn't like blow the wad the way Man of Steel does, where it's like it comes out of the gate with him being so powerful.
Yeah.
Like we're doing this where it's like the stakes are high, but not in a way where we don't have room to get bigger.
Yes.
Which I think is such a good move on Gunn's part to find a way to like keep it like tense and like exciting and then have like the drama there, but without like feeling like, well, how do you top that? You know?
Yeah. But yeah.
But
so
yeah,
do
so
we?
I guess this is the spoiler portion of the talk now.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are officially talking spoilers for Superman 2025.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movie, continue on. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the fucking movie and then come back and watch this.
Yeah, what are you doing listening to us right now?
We'll wait for you. Don't
If it's
don't be
because you
spoiled.
like the sound of
We'll
our
just sit here and
voices,
twiddle our thumbs.
thanks.
Yes, we will.
We're gonna allow for a 3-hour gap of silence,
Yep.
so you don't actually have to.
You don't
hit
have to pause it.
You don't have
Yeah.
to pause it. You just have
Go
to
watch
come
the
back in
movie.
3 hours.
It's true. All right, and 3, 2, 1.
Spoilers.
We're in spoilers. Dish. What were you gonna say?
He's like,
Okay.
I hated this. This was terrible.
Yeah.
It was
Spoiler,
too
I'm
much,
lying.
too silly, too woke. I didn't like. No.
No.
So there was something inside me when the movie starts and you get that beautiful landscape and you get the subtitles on and you get the 3 centuries ago
Yeah.
metahumans showed up, 3
Gods and
decades
monsters.
ago Superman showed
Yeah.
up
A long
3
time ago
years
in a
ago.
galaxy far,
he,
far away.
he
True.
became Superman and we all knew about him. And then it goes into the 3 minutes ago he just lost his first battle. But there's
Love
something
that.
for
Pretty
me where
clever.
it's like,
Pretty very on brand for James Gunn to just start it with a joke.
True.
if you think about it, there's no way that it was, all 3s, right?
Mhm.
Like if you look at like the DCU previously, it's like real and it's like, oh, I wouldn't have done that. It's too cliche. But something about this, like inside of me was like, that was so like kind of cheesy and there's no way it was actually like 3s,
Yeah.
but it was.
Just a little tongue in
and it's
cheek
just
enough.
magic right off the bat. And it was like, nah, this is all gonna line up by 3s.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring it into like this moment. And then and I don't know what it was. There's
You're like,
something
what
in
kind
me.
of Superman is
It was
this?
just like
Yeah.
just
One that
flying
gets
in
his
out
ass
of nowhere.
kicked sometimes.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what it was. Something about the usage of 3 in that like
Yeah.
setup.
Rule of 3s, baby.
That just like
Love the rule of 3s.
something was good about it. And like that it felt magical from the start.
I agree. Well, I also think the DC universe is fantasy. Like, I think
It
there's
is.
this idea that like the Marvel universe has always been more, quote unquote, grounded. It like
Yeah.
all the superheroes exist in New York. Like, is kind of the thing with Marvel and DC. Like, there are several fictional American cities and all these like the DC universe is
Its
a
own-
full fantasy
Yeah, it's
world.
its own parallel universe, if you will.
Yeah, true.
It
so
has
it's
its
like,
own parallel universe.
It's true, a multiverse. But
Of
not
madness?
not to use a word that we're all growing very tired of.
It's
but-
everywhere. It's everything. It's everywhere. It's all at once.
But no, I think the nice.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I've been sitting on that one for a minute.
Respect. I think to go into as we discuss spoilers, I think the movies just to kind of check in on something I said a couple minutes ago. I think the characters supporting wise, I'm able to track them all pretty well through the narrative.
Yeah.
Metamorpho is the one guy that I kind of feel like is the most. I'm not using the word underwritten because it's what I feel. I just can't think of another word.
I was gonna agree. I think we just don't get there's a lot of characters who don't really have like setups, but we're given just enough to kind of understand what they were doing before they walk into a scene. So we're not like it's not like we don't quite get them, but we're also not really getting proper introductions to a lot of random characters. Like the whole support staff at the Daily Planet, they have there seems to be a lot of like emphasis on them being like part of like the gang and being like kind of like, oh, we're gonna Scooby-Doo ourselves along for this Superman adventure and help out, but like we don't really get to know any of them past Jimmy Olsen. And I'm like, clearly they're so distinctive in their looks and the like 2 lines of dialogue that they have that I'm like, well, who are these guys? Am I gonna get like it feels like part of this felt like there was already another movie that we didn't watch, and we were like dropping into the second one almost with this, and not in like a bad way, but in a way that I'm not like used to, and I feel like could be a little jarring for some people because it like. Clearly I know who everyone is and what they're about, but there's something so like iconic about the way that all of these like supporting actors walk into a space, but don't without the like setup that I'm just like, but like, who are they? I want more.
I do think this movie's really propulsive from the second it starts.
A good word.
Thank you.
I'm easily impressed, guys.
I spent 20 minutes trying to think about it.
Spell it.
Moving with intense force.
Oh, that was good.
I'm fucking no.
He's on it, guys. He's on
I'm on it. No, I that was the way that I felt because there was a second where I was like, is this movie poorly paced? I don't know if it is poorly paced. I think
no, but the
movie
pacing is really bizarre.
It's
bizarrely
fast.
paced. It is. Well, there's a lot going on.
Structure and pace, I think, are 2 different things. I think the structure is a little. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's conventional.
No.
And to go into a little bit of the spoilers, like things. I heard someone reference it as like the movie is more of a sequence of events type film, and to talk about things that have been kind of discussed in test screenings is that there was some form of cut of this movie that was a days of the week that it started Monday and then you'd cut to black. Tuesday, cut to black.
You can kind of feel that. Well, because
you can feel it.
There's so many, like, I feel like every 30 minutes you almost can feel like this is where this episode of television ends. And then, like, by the finale, you're like, I watched the season finale. I like, it feels like you're kind of binge watching a show in about 2 hours.
Yeah, I feel like,
and not in a bad way, that like in a neck break kind of way, but just in like there's kind of like a lot of stuff going on, and James Gunn does balance it really well, which is impressive. Like he really does have the tightrope on this like down, but it is such an unconventional, like you said, kind of pacing.
I think the Monday through Friday thing, I'm sure they had perfectly valid reasons to remove it, but I do think actually it would help.
It kind of
would.
It almost is that thing of like it's
guiding
like,
force,
or giving it like just chapters. Like even if it's not gonna be like Monday, Tuesday, like the movie kind of almost feels like it's supposed to cut to black and like, okay, now this is this chapter of this story.
It does cut to black a couple times,
and it does, yeah. So it's like you can almost feel like it was supposed to be there. I also feel like there's a lot of scenes that were like really cut down. Which is probably why like these characters, like these supporting characters, have such iconic looks, but like it feels like we're missing some of their setup. It's because you're just like, well, we don't actually need it, which is like props to James Gunn for being like, no, I'm gonna make this movie as lean and as mean as I can make it. Because like we've talked about like with all the Superman movies that we were like, these are too long and the pacing just drags. Yeah. But even though this movie has like an unconventional pacing, I feel like it moves really well, and I don't feel like there's a second that's like wasted.
No.
And so I feel like I'm just enjoying myself the whole time. Like,
yeah, I think generally I think it's pretty, like I was never bored. I think even in slow scenes, I think those scenes are very well paced and well edited. I think the movie looks really solid. I know
it
there
does
was
look really good. I know,
a lot of like the color grading, blah 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 blah. Like that looks weird, like in the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
On screen, I think it looks fantastic.
I think it does. Yeah, it looks really good.
They didn't
CGI
use
looks great.
any CGI.
No,
really.
I
take back what I just
all
said.
Practicals.
No, all practicals.
One thing I was going to say.
Cornflakes like, I'm going to top Tom Cruise with this one. Get me that cannon.
When you guys are talking about like the chapters and then like the use of like the secondary characters, what are they called?
Supporting.
Yeah,
got you.
Movies.
Movies.
Metamorpho. For one, I thought he was creatively used.
Yes. Agreed.
I'm curious if he put tar in Kryptonite.
Oh my God.
Interesting question.
He's like, I don't know the rest of it. I'm just going to think of Tar.
Did he put Tar? Has he seen the originals?
Has he seen the movie Tar with Kate Blanchett?
I thought that was
an amazing movie, by the way.
Creative and fun to like use him and like introduce him in that fun way and like unleash like, oh, Lex is crazy and he has all these people in captivity. One of them is this guy. But it felt like he was like, let's say in a TV show, he was the character that like the main character found in a bar or like a tavern, like fantasy world.
Yeah.
And he was like, please save my son. And
Yeah,
then he
it's like a
did,
side quest.
And then you never see that guy again. And we're good. And we're
Yeah.
good. Right? Like it almost would have made more sense that like when he walked away with his son, like you never saw him again.
I know,
And
yeah.
he's out there and he's in the universe and maybe he comes back for like some practical thing. But like it almost felt like he should have rode off and he had served his purpose.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that you get like the usage of that character. Now he's in the Justice Gang at the end of it or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
He does feel a little crammed in there, I think.
yeah.
at
It was
the
funny how
end.
they added him.
Yeah,
He
well,
was like,
also
oh, I like that
kind of
name.
the whole angle on the
That is
Justice
a good
Gang
bit.
is also like we don't really get to go into that a lot, which I'm kind of bummed about because like
It's
there's
just
this
thrown
whole
in.
like the corporatization of superheroes. Like we don't. It's like really like boop, we like just touch it but we don't have time to really like focus on it.
Well, because there's like other industries in the world that they kind of like set up like that with
Yeah.
What is Lex's called?
Luther
Luther
Core.
Core.
Not Luther Core. Sorry, his SpaceX team. What is it?
Oh, Planet Watch.
Planet
Planet
Watch.
Watch.
SpaceX team
So-
is a perfect.
Sorry, I mean it felt.
Yeah, it's a little. There's some.
What
There's
if it
some
was
pretty
just?
strong
What if it was
parallels.
just X, guys?
True.
Ex Luther?
And then X2 came out and Wolverine was. Anyway,
He was united or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No,
Or
so-
State of the Union?
I go
There's
back and forth.
three of these
though,
X's.
with movies establishing stuff like that, where it's
Yeah.
just like we're not going to introduce you to the corporatization of
Mm-hmm.
superheroes. We're just going to do it. They're
Yeah.
just going to be there. This is a team. They work for someone.
Yeah,
They're paying their bills. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's interesting to just like throw it in.
it is.
I think they did it well because obviously at this point it's like you kind of know, like you
Yeah.
kind of are familiar. You've seen enough superhero movies if you're seeing it, and so by the time you see it, you're like, okay, so they're corporate in this world.
Yeah, and I also think with that, I think it's one of those like not to be like there's a whole universe, but like I think they function enough in the story, like the status quo of the universe. Like I think it all functions within the story that we're telling about Superman kind of being the person that can like remind people to like reach out and to help and to just to do good. You know what I mean? And I think what's exciting about it is that there is more story to explore as
Yes.
opposed to
Yes.
less story within the span of the film. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I could hear someone being like, "Oh, well, that's bullshit. Like, you should have it all settled in one thing."
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like, you know, I think, you know, they like Guy Gardner as a character is kind of the one that is the most antagonistic to Superman. Hawkgirl is like very kind of like uninterested in what's going on.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific very clearly like is interested in what's going on and understands like the state of the world, but also like kind of calls a spade and can be like, we obviously have to figure this out.
Yeah.
Guy Gardner is the one that's like, well, there's this logistic and this and this and this. Like that as we uncover Luther's scheme, that is what kind of makes him realize like, oh, like this Superman guy may be onto something.
Yeah. He
And
needs our help.
he needs our help. Well, and this is the line that I loved. He's of the cloth.
Of the cloth. That was such a good line. He's got a lot of great jokes in this movie.
He does. Like, yeah, the second he was
He's
like,
like-
we're all of the cloth, I was
Yeah.
like, fucking A. dude.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, kid, Superman can't be here, so you're getting an upgrade. Spits gum out.
Honestly, I like fucking cheered. Like,
I know, that was a great moment.
I
was
think
good.
Guy Gardner is so well utilized in this.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Girl, less so.
So she's kind of the Justice Gang, the least like utilized.
She's the
Like,
silent
she gets,
type.
Yeah, but she's got some fun stuff, just like screeching around when she's doing her thing.
Yep.
love
Pretty
this.
great.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, even like to see like you know that there's that
just
moment
to see the
with
repercussions of some of her actions from this movie.
well like she kills the president of a country.
Yeah, let me just real quick drop a Alka Seltzer in a glass real quick.
Incredible match.
Incredible cut.
And that guy definitely deserved to die.
Probably.
But yeah, I mean, I think
He deserved to be like pinned to a cactus.
yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, I mean, I think also something that I feel like we haven't really touched on yet is like the strength in the chemistry and the dynamic of Lois and Clark. I think is
Really good stuff.
really great.
Yep.
I really buy them as a couple.
This is a
This
movie.
is something we've been kind of talking about with the previous iterations.
Yeah,
The chemistry was never quite locked in between Returns and Man of Steel.
Well, I also think I think the angle of Lois being like, of the appreciation of Superman in concept.
Yeah.
But her being like we do a interview sequence in this movie, much like how Superman the movie has an interview sequence, a sequence that I have said that I love, and I still love. But I do like Gunn's commitment to Lois as a character, that he's like, she is a reporter, and not just that, she's a fucking good reporter.
Yeah.
And so if she gets the chance to interview Superman, she's not going to be like
not gonna-
throwing softball, like
No,
you know,
she's
wiffle
not.
balls.
She comes out, she's bulleting him, like with,
She was gonna
with them
fucking ask
questions,
him.
which is like my favorite thing, because like one of my favorite things about the Lois Lane character is that it's like, here is an all powerful god, and she's sort of not impressed.
Yeah.
She's like, but like really, like, but like, do you read? Like, are you educated? Like,
Yeah.
like, and he's just like, I can lift a car over my head. She's like, so what? Like, and you're just like, oh God, I gotta really impress her. Like, I like the idea of like someone where like, I feel like it, like in their dynamic, especially in the comics, I feel like it's like what allows it, like helps like keep Clark in check a lot.
Yeah.
In the way that his parents like ground him, and I feel like James Gunn like finally is like bringing in like all of those elements to like his humanity, you know, like, and so it's like so much fun to watch.
They balance each other out well in that Clark's earnestness is a strength, but he's also, there is a naive quality there, which is not like a weakness, but Gunn uses Lois to be like, let's try to like flesh out your thinking a little bit more with this of repercussions.
Yeah, you're not really doing good journalism with this. You're just patting yourself on the back there.
Yeah.
And I'm here to like set the record straight.
Yeah.
Great scene. I love that scene.
Yeah, I think he does a good balance too of being like, Superman does need to check himself on some of these things, but also he is right in his thinking. It's just morally, in his execution.
Yeah, morally, he's not really stepping out of line, but also like not politically, but I guess politically, logistically, you know, the world has rules that we have to like consider, I guess. And I think it's really fun to watch him like have to think about that.
Was this, maybe it wasn't clear to me in the previous ones, but was this the first Superman that had like a no-kill rule?
That it feels more like
it feels like it. I feel like they weren't drawing attention to it quite the way Christian Bale's Batman was.
Right.
Yeah.
Or he didn't have a no-kill rule. He just had a no-guns rule.
It feels more like
spoilers, but he's okay with, you know, crashing a subway train.
If they're bad people.
If he can't get out in time, that's your bad, not mine.
Superman in this, it feels more like it almost goes unspoken. Like I mean, they're in that interview.
I mean, he
scene.
saves a squirrel in this movie,
right?
Which is
And he's very
amazing.
like,
Squirrel.
I want to save everyone.
All life is sacred.
Right.
Wait,
yeah.
I don't like the way.
It's important to save people.
To
It's
back it
important
up,
to save
question.
people.
Do you guys feel like Lex was secretive enough to not have the entire world know that he was the bad guy the whole time?
I think
Like to get away with it, or like
obviously we're
or do you
seeing
think,
it
like
because it's on screen.
yeah.
But like I don't know. It just felt weird that he was like always out in the open, was like in charge of the Hammer of Brovia, like and it's just like, oh yeah, he flies out to the coast and it's just a place over there where that like everyone kind of knows about. And
The way that I kind of viewed it, and not to draw too many parallels into our own world, but like I think.
What kind of parallels? He's a tech billionaire who probably owns the media. Who's bald?
I think it's one of those.
This doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah,
at all.
Lex has yet to get his hair transplant.
No. No, we talked. We texted about that. The response James Gunn had, like, with all of his technology and money, why doesn't he like fix his hairline? And he's like, because he looks sleek AF.
It's true. It's a good point.
Which I'm like I imagine like Lex Luthor would be like looking at himself like, no, this is a vibe. I'm doing this.
Yeah. Well, like I think to answer your question, Dish, that is that I took it as like Lex is at a point, if Superman has all like strength, brawn or whatever, there's that brain over brawn thing, right? That Lex brings up. I think Lex has too many resources, and I think it is that thing of like, he is working with, there is that one guy like played by Michael Ian Black that's like in the media that Lex like goes with. Obviously he's too connected. Like it's one of those things where it's like he is able to kind of like buy things out. I'm sure all of those people at Luthor Corps are under very intense NDA kind of thing. And I think to a certain degree, I feel like we're kind of seeing the birth of villain Lex Luthor. I think because it's 3 years into Superman's career, and that it feels like Lex has been waiting until this very moment, that this is his first real strike, because Lex is, I used the word propulsive earlier. I think Lex is really the one that's pushing a lot of that.
Yeah.
He is constantly, Gunn is smart in being like, Gunn is smart in saying that like Luthor's just gonna like continuously throw shit at him.
Yeah.
Like whether it is like, you know, the Hammer of Baravia, whether it's a massive kaiju, whether it's Ultraman and the Engineer like at once, and nanites and all this stuff. He's like, he knows he's too powerful. He's aware, he says in the third act, that he's like, yes, I'm obviously envious of the strength that you have. Like, so he has some form of awareness that I think he like focuses
It's not the
in
strength
on.
he's jealous of, it's the hair.
Yeah, it's probably the hair.
He's like, I'd look great with the curl.
Dude, Corn Sweat, what a beautiful man.
True.
I feel like we haven't spoken enough about how perfect he is in this role. We've said that everyone is so good in
He
this.
really steps into those boots nicely, don't he?
He really does. Even when there's those moments of him being like down on his luck, he plays like the earnestness and the heart of stuff so well. Like even when there's that moment when he's like, after as we continue to talk spoilers, we should probably say like, you know, the Superman, there's a big kind of uncovering of information that Superman's parents, you know, they sent him a message in his pod. The pod was damaged on entry. He heard one half of a message that was like, you know, be there, you know, use your powers for good. Like the stuff that, you know, we would hear Superman, like honestly stuff that like Russell Crowe's character has in Man of Steel. And that there's a second half of the message that's been lost. The Engineer is able to recover it. They translate it.
Yeah.
And it's them being like, rule over them. Like they are simpletons. Like show them the way, but show them in the way like basically how like a dictator would.
And start a harem.
And start a harem. And that like
which is not like doctored in any way. That's the actual second half of the message, presumably? Or did we just not get to the part where we like revealed that? Like,
really challenge
or did
it.
I miss something in that?
It seems like, well, I think the way that I see it is that it's like whether or not that is the message, it doesn't matter.
True.
Because that scene with Pa Kent where he's like, like he says, he's like, I think that scene with Pa Kent is like fucking one of my favorite Superman
It's a really great scene.
He's like, it's not a parent's job to tell you who to be. It's us to give you, to offer something and to let you become your own person. And like, it's in the trailer that he's like, your choices, your actions, that's what makes you who you are.
Yeah.
And like,
and then he jumped into a twister.
it's true. And then he just, fell into a tornado and killed himself.
Had a heart attack same time.
It's the whole thing.
He's like, take care of Andy for me.
But I think it is, it's that thing where it's like, ultimately, like, and we've said this in previous episodes, and it is kind of nice to see Gunn tell this, like, that it is like the Kryptonian heritage of him, not that it doesn't matter completely, but what truly matters is who he is as a human being. That is what makes him Superman,
what matters.
not his power.
It is like interesting from like a plot detail like thing to not like sort of at any point be like, oh yeah, he totally doctored that. Like just to confirm it, because in my head I thought that was gonna come back and get like addressed, and then when it didn't, it really felt like that is the second part of the message.
I think it might be.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it because there's like the glitch and everything, and so I guess we can put two and two together that it's been doctored and that we don't have to waste time actually talking about it. But
I also think it could be an interpretation thing.
I was gonna say, like, what if it's a lost in translation?
Yeah, it's like that. And it's like, if you want to believe the message is doctored, if you want to believe that it's not, because they do. There's a couple times where a couple different characters are like, no, that shit's real. So like,
yeah, it's just that thing of like by the end of it, it feels like, okay, so that's really what these versions of Krypton were like into. Like I feel like they kind of needed like in that very like last beat, like just like a line of like, oh, do you want us to try and like uncover it again now that it's been like semi-deciphered, and him just being like, no, I'm okay not knowing.
Right.
Like I feel like it should have come back like just like for like in one line, honestly, just to be like, oh yeah, it was in fact doctored. That is confirmed. It's just like bizarre to not like make a decision on that and to just sort of imply that it doesn't matter instead of confirming that it doesn't matter. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I just needed like one little line of dialogue, and because I don't need to know what's on the second side of that tape, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about that potentially being factual for Krypton.
Well, you didn't catch
I don't really like it, but
his dad was actually Zod.
Oh my god.
Bradley
Okay,
Cooper
here,
himself.
yeah, Bradley Cooper, which we didn't really talk about. Like some people, not a lot to do in this movie, but kind of a fun cameo
That was
ultimately,
funny,
I
yeah.
guess.
Gunn
Which-
describes it as he was just like, I was talking to Bradley about it, and he was like, "Do you want to fucking hop in the thing? We'll scan you real quick, and you're good." And he was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And I think it's kind
That's
of fun
funny.
that it is Bradley
it
Cooper.
is really fun, and it is also that thing of like, well, if we ever go and do stuff, like Bradley's right there, and you can go and
yeah.
see
And
what that's about.
Yeah,
but
and the
but it
actress
also
that
would be
plays
really
Lara
funny
is
if they
also
did
very
like
good.
Zod was like his uncle.
To my actual point, though, of that is like it felt like Zod gave him that mission. You know, like that's the mission of Zod in Man of Steel is go there and take over their Earth, right?
He's like-
use it because it's better than ours.
He's like, get down and dirty with as many things as you possibly can.
yeah. And it
I
just
don't know why
felt like
Zod's
that
getting a good
versus-
drawl, but
versus like Jor-El. It
Yeah.
didn't feel like it was actually Jor-El. To your point, it's like I kind of want it to be falsified.
yeah.
I totally get that. I honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm gonna be. I thought about
It's
it
the
a
thing,
lot.
like ultimately it works, so it doesn't like ruin the movie for me in any
No,
way.
no,
But
for
as
sure.
someone
Right.
who, because I'm okay with certain, like I like when things are implied. I don't. I am very much. And we talk about this when we write. You know, there's Brad Bird has a great thing where 2 + 2 = 4. And it's you give the audience 2 + 2, and then we understand 4. But with this one, I don't know if I'm doing 2 + 2 = 4. It could be 2 + 3 = 5. And so I don't like. There's kind of too many variables to actually do the math on that, and those kind of stuff always distract me from the rest of the movie a little bit. Which again, not a huge criticism because it's a very small detail. That I mean, and it is like obvious that the 2 + 2, like the 4 is. That it doesn't matter, but without that sort of being said out loud, I'm sort of left wondering if this is their version of Krypton, you know? But that's again a very nitpicky kind of thing
Fair, I
because
get
it's
it.
still
I mean, it's a big change. It's definitely not
it
something
would be
that
a
like.
huge change if we're gonna roll with this version of Jor-El
Yeah.
and stuff. It was like get it on, son.
Yeah.
Be the player I know you can be.
But yeah, I mean, I think I guess you know that we're in spoilers. We also should probably talk about Lex is the main villain, but there's a couple villains. There's obviously so the engineer
Yes.
character from DC Comics.
Yes.
I think pretty
Pretty
solid,
cool. Pretty
good.
cool.
Yeah.
I like Maria Gabriela de Faria, I believe is her name. I thought she was good.
Is that his girlfriend?
That's the engineer.
Oh, that's okay. Oh,
Yeah.
duh. Yeah.
You're Eve. Eve
Yeah. Sorry,
Tessmacher
you totally said the name of the actress playing
is Sarah
the
Sampaio.
thing.
I
I can feel my Ritalin wearing off, guys. We're about to get zanier.
was scrolling through the IMDb just to double check as I was coming over here. But like,
Yeah.
we also get Ultraman.
Yes.
Ultraman.
Who's he played by?
Some
That's
guy.
a good question. I think everyone thought it was Henry Cavill. But
I mean, bro's rolling up in that third act looking like The Witcher in a good way.
but yeah, how do we feel about clone Superman? About David Corenswet also playing Ultraman?
I really like it because it does feel like this guy's going to keep coming back and probably will be like melting in future installments. And I can see us heading towards the Bizarro territory, which I've been dying for.
yes,
For
agreed.
years.
Well,
I love the Bizarro character. I just love the idea of Lex being like, I made a clone. What's wrong with it? Oh.
Well, we talked about obviously he gets thrown into a black hole
Yeah.
at the end of this movie. That it's like, well, does he land in Bizarro World? The question mark. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
honestly,
mean?
yeah.
Like, does he be? Will this version become Bizarro? I'm
Yeah.
kind of down for that.
Yeah.
But
Super fun stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I also like when they're like in like the third act like fight before they reveal that he's like a clone and they're just like flying around. They're trying to do the whole like nanite thing, and then like Ultraman's just punching him in the head.
Yeah.
He's got one move.
he does.
He's just spamming it because he doesn't know what else to do.
Well, Lex is basically like, I know that I can't punch Superman, so I'm going to make anher Superman and then just use my, like, he's basically playing, like, Injustice.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like doing Injustice.
Literally
but,
playing
like,
Injustice.
with like chess like
With
call
Siri.
outs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing
with
like
Siri.
he's like do a punch, do a punch, do a punch. Roundhouse.
Yeah.
finishing move.
Yeah, which I actually kind of like all that because it is still Lex is still involved.
Lex is
in
somehow
the
doing it
action.
and fighting it, but without actually having to like do like the armor,
Yeah.
which I love the armor, but I know like the Supergirl show did that kind of I mean, I don't know if they did it a lot because I didn't really watch a lot of it, but
They have the armor, and then I feel like we will definitely get
definitely
Lex
get
in the
some
battle armor
armor.
at some point.
but I think it's a cool workaround too because obviously you don't want to draw like comparisons to like any other superheroes that have mechanized suits and things.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
yeah.
But
Steel.
Steel, not in this movie, but could be. No.
I think we'll get him. At
I
some
think we'll
point.
get him.
We got Metamorpho in the first movie. I think we'll get Steel.
Yeah. Yeah.
He should have been in one of the cages with them, just like.
He's just like.
That would have been sick.
He's like.
the hammer.
They're like, why are you here? He's like, dude, I don't.
But no, I think all the villains are fun. I think I like that they again, Gunn is very good at like power sets, I think.
He really is. He's good at also power scaling. He's good at making sure everyone's kind of comparable.
Yeah.
That not one person can blow anyone out of the water like right away. So the
agree.
balance is really nice there.
It's nice to see Green Lantern being cool and fun.
Yeah, cool, fun, kind of a dickhead, but
a true
in
dickhead.
in the way that he is in the comics, really
But of the
honoring
cloth.
that of the cloth.
Of course.
We take an oath. We're all of the cloth.
Love
We took an oath when we started this show.
love the way they play with the vow where it's like, yeah, every time he doesn't want to do something, he just brings up this vow and like pretends like all this other stuff.
Me with the
good.
podcast. I'm like, I can't. I'm doing podcast. No, guys.
My vow.
Not actually. If I say I have to do the podcast and you're listening to my loved ones, I'm not actually. I'm not joking. That is actually like what's happening. I wouldn't actually use it against you guys.
Sure, Dave. You say you're doing the podcast to me.
Yeah, he
I
does.
do.
He says
Really
it to
do.
me
Can we
too.
film? And he's like, all right, guys, I'm doing the podcast.
And then I walk away and I'm just in the corner like on a Nintendo Switch. Like, you just hear Mario noises like woo, wah, ring,
Hell,
that was pretty good.
into that.
I was going to say, on the
Rate
line
my
of the characters,
impression out of 10 wherever you see fit on Spotify, Apple.
Yes.
In
Add
lieu
some
of a review,
comments.
we'll take it rating my Mario impressions.
Please no. You were saying, Dish?
Mr. Terrific was terrific.
He's
Yes.
so good.
I
I can't read cursive, so I thought his jacket said teriyaki for a second.
you said
but-
that after. I was like, yeah. So I actually love the song 5 Years Time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
Right
so,
on.
like, or is it just 5 years? And I feel bad that I said I
I'm
love
really
it.
bad
Okay.
with music.
The
Anyways,
song that
it's
they played
by
in the
whoever in
sequence,
the
yeah.
whale. I know their name almost.
Yeah. You're looking at the wrong guy because, like, you know, like some kids, like, I know every dinosaur, I know every movie, music,
Not a chance.
big blind spot.
Ironically for me too sometimes. But no, like that was playing and I was like, oh, they're rolling up. Like, cool, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And then that like started blasting and he puts her in the shield and he just opens a can and just
Yeah.
like
Opens a can of whoop ass and
just
just
like-
gets to going with his, like,
Oh.
Fushigi,
seriously
like, drone
even
abilities.
just, like, throwing
Unbelievable.
punches and I was like, he wanted this.
He did.
Like you get to taste what kind of character he is because you see him like so like subdued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
Just
in
very
the other
chill,
fights,
very
he's like
laid back.
sitting in his
He's
chair. and
confident.
Dude, he's got,
doing
like, a
his thing.
flying lazy boy.
Yeah, he's got his flying lazy boy. Even when he's sitting
The
on the
ergonomics
computer,
of that thing are amazing.
it's crazy.
right before that, he's just like such a subdued character. And then you see this, and you're like, oh, like he cares.
He needs his own solo thing. Like,
wouldn't be mad.
solo. Like, I want to know everything about that guy.
It was solid.
There is, and I wouldn't be surprised if Gunn does this at some point. So there's a team, Dave, I think you might be familiar with this. There's a team in the comics called the Terrifics. And it is basically, like, to be a little, like, crass about it, I suppose. It's like Marvel's DC's Fantastic Four, where it is Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho,
Oh.
Plastic Man,
Oh,
Okay.
right on.
and there's one other member.
Let me guess, someone who turns invisible and has force fields.
No, no, thankfully not. It's oh my gosh, I cannot believe
Matter
I'm
eating lad.
forgetting her name right now.
This is so embarrassing. We're
Is it
billing you
like
by the hour.
Not Firestar.
It's Phantom Girl. That's who it is.
Phantom Girl.
But yeah, so it's
Close enough, honestly.
They're a team of four, and I would not be surprised, and I'm not the first person to speculate this, that we may get the Terrifics at some point, especially knowing that he's a fan of Plastic Man and Phantom Girl and all these characters.
The reserve members, though, I will say, are Element Dog,
That's sick.
Miss Terrific, and Offspring.
Can I play Element Dog?
I'm so
Who
intrigued.
else is on the bench? Shaq?
Oh, dude, Element Dog is like a metamorpho.
Oh, right
Oh,
on.
sick.
So
I love
he,
that.
we well,
Also, we have not
them-
mentioned Crypto.
We have
Oh my
not talked
God.
about crypto.
I'm sorry,
I quit.
people listening, that we didn't bring up crypto until the hour mark.
Man,
Everyone's like turned off. We've lost everyone at this point.
Literally-
They're like, "Where's the dog?" They're like ripping down the door. Like,
Okay.
"Where's the dog?
this was
Where's the dog, Luthor?"
one plot point away from being John Wick.
A little bit.
I was gonna say James Gunn's really smart to like tap into that like thing of
Oh.
like anything Superman does,
But
no matter how
animals.
sketchy, will be justified in the name of like saving that dog.
And a good way to make you
'Cause, like,
fucking hate Lex.
There was like yeah, exactly, because exactly it's
'Cause he
such
got
it's
the
such a
dog.
good way to like get the audience on in the exact like side you need really quick is
Uh-huh.
using animals, but
And
like
the drink, when he's like drinking, he's like, whatever Lex
ugly
says.
dog in a cave.
Yeah. And you're like, what'd he say?
yeah.
He clearly knows.
Which I'm kind of like, I really wish they had recreated. There's really no room to do it in this version, but it would have been really funny to seen that. Have you seen that one comic panel where he's like, "Hey, take that off," and it's just like Crypto wearing his cape, and he's like, "That you're a dog. It doesn't even fit." like being jealous of the dog, just like. Like
It was
no
so
no
solid.
brain cells going on.
No, I mean, this is a crypto that is clearly written by a man who owns animals.
Yes.
Like I was gonna say, because you've said it a bunch of times as we talked about it, but for anyone who doesn't know,
Yeah.
it's modeled after James Gunn dog.
Yes.
who he
James
got
Gunn
like
dog.
during James Gunn dog.
Ozu is the name of the dog.
Gunn's dog.
Yeah.
That he got like during COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they go like same breed and everything,
It's-
or it's just like
he
a
looks a
white
little
version of his
different,
dog?
right?
I listened to an interview with James Gunn. He literally said, "We just scanned my dog and then made him white."
Whoa.
Like,
Whoa.
made his fur white. That literally they were just like
No, by culture.
Yeah, by culture. He became a really big fan
They
of
were like,
Mumford
we
and
took the
Sons.
dial over.
But
His hobbies include drinking coffee.
yeah, it's a good time.
Hey, watch it there.
It's calling us all out.
You attacking my culture right now, bro?
Yeah,
Hold me back.
but that is his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with like the ear, like the one ear.
Yeah,
up
the one ear.
is his
No,
dog.
Crypto was utilized so beautifully in this movie.
Amazing. From the
So
start.
good. From the start, just from the get go. He's in the first scene. He's like in like
He's in the whole movie.
He's in the whole movie.
He's
It's
a good
great.
guy. He's a good boy.
I don't know if I buy Lois Lane being like, I don't know if I understand the dog thing. I'm like, no, she'd be like, I understand the dog better than you, and it makes you mad.
I see. Honestly,
In
I
my
see
opinion, I
both.
they can go either way. You can decide. Like, I'm guessing this version of Lois Lane is a cat person, but I feel like
Yeah, oh,
I feel like
100%.
Yeah, she
which
is.
is
Yeah.
which is I don't have a problem with. But I also feel like the minute that dog is in her lap, she's like, "No, I get you. You cool." Like,
The amount of times, like, I have a little dog, and the amount of times that, like, I am, like, sitting at my desk writing, which I'm sure why James Gunn put this in this.
Oh, yeah.
That my dog will come up and, like scratch at my leg until my dog is also very well behaved.
he's about the size of Crypto as well.
Like
He's-
crypto, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a bit like Crypto. I have two dogs, Oliver and Winnie, and throughout the movie, like Laura and I would exchange little like whispers to each other where we'd go, "That's Oliver," or "That's Winnie."
Yeah.
And Crypto on Lois's lap in Mr. Terrific ship. I was like, the amount of times I am like on like a Zoom call with you writing or something, and Oliver is like sitting on the desk, like.
and he won't be there for like an hour of the session, and then he'll like poke his head up like, "Hey guys," and I'm like, "Dude, it's a dog."
He's just been sleeping there.
I gotta say, so throughout the whole thing, me and Alexander felt fairly similar. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that's Bentley. The point or the part that like really made it be like that's Bentley is when Lex touched Superman and Crypto just Hulk smashed him because
just kicked
there's a
his ass.
reason my wife had to leave with the dog while you came over today.
Yeah.
Like, my dog loves us. He will be by my side the entire time I'm home, but he is defensive.
Yeah.
And like that, I was like, oh yeah, Bentley would do that.
Yeah, that's an amazing moment. I was gonna say while we were setting up and they were like heading out, your dog has an insane vertical.
Yeah.
Bentley is the name. Did it jumped 6 feet in the air, eye level, came back down, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
I
Scared.
just dog sat a dog for like a week. Dagsat.
He dags that.
Yeah, Dag sat down here. How have we playing with the dag yet?
Nice.
I'm a Kennedy now.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Do that with what you will. No, but I was dog sitting, and this dog was a golden retriever, unlike your Winnie.
That's
Not unlike your Winnie.
Yes,
roasted.
also a golden retriever.
Golden. And this dog spent the entire week kicking me in the head.
Winnie
And
kicks me all
seeing
the
your
fucking
dog
time.
do a 6-foot eye level jump. Sorry, let me back up. I'm not 6 foot, so saying it was eye level with a 6-foot jump is me. I want to reset the narrative on that.
Sorry.
We're all
Not
like
bragging
sitting
about
down.
my height.
You could say it. You can.
We're all like
Dog's got a
5'11".
7-foot vertical eye
Yes,
level.
we're all 5'11".
We're all 5'11".
All three of us, including
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Definitely not 5 foot.
It's the
8.
right day. Matt, it's the right day of the week. Okay, we watched a good movie. We're talking about it.
We're
Look, I've
sitting in
said
We're all
chairs.
5'11".
I'm a proud short king. I'm 5'8". Okay,
You are.
5'9" on a good day.
Okay. I was gonna say something. Well, I guess the gist of that joke is that I'm just imagining getting kicked in the head, but with a dog that can also jump at my eye line.
Yep.
But we're talking about movies, right? When the Hammer of Barovia's helmet come off and it's just Ultraman in a big suit, are we getting big coat vibes?
Oh my god. Okay, so we're really getting
And/or
into it
is
right
there
now.
a little guy in shades in this movie that we can point to?
Lex wears shades when he goes.
He does,
to
and he
the
does have
fortress.
his coat got the drip.
He's got little guy vibes.
I will also say
He's giving little guy, but like in an
Ultraman-
insecure way.
I actually think Ultraman at times gives little guy in shades energy.
He's big guy in shades energy.
When Ultraman
Like,
when the Hammer of Baravia shows up, I do appreciate how quickly also that they acknowledge that like Hammer of Baravia and Ultraman are the same person.
Yeah, they're just like, we're gonna get this out of the
within
way.
5 minutes. They're
Yeah.
like, it's the same guy. But when he walks into the big like HQ control room,
Yeah.
Megazord style room they have for
That was
Lex,
cool. I love that Lex had a command center to be able to fight
and then it's
Superman.
mobile.
And it's mobile. Yeah,
It's
dude,
sick.
when the buildings are like splitting. Oh, that was cool.
But no,
Hilariously, like awesome.
When the Hammer of Baravia takes his helmet off and it's Ultraman's little head like barely peeking out.
Still
and,
wearing shades under the helmet. Doesn't
and
need
Miss
to do that.
Tessmacher is like, great job, Ultraman, you nailed it. I was like, this is big Joe Cool energy.
Big Joe cool
Frankly.
energy. Yeah.
And so I am willing
Somehow both.
I am willing to put Ultraman on a interim basis in the little guy in shades club, depending on
he's
how
on the roster. You can rotate him in if there's an injury.
I think specifically in that moment when he's just like standing there silently,
Yeah.
when he offers the president of Baravia the donut, I'm like, dude, this is a little guy rocking some shades.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Crypto's a little dude in a cape. Is that a different club or is he honorary member?
Crypto runs both clubs.
Like through social media, or he's the president of
He's
both?
the president.
He's like
Crypto
the
is,
union president.
Crypto is the benevolent ruler of both clubs.
They're like, and Crypto, what's on the agenda for today? And he's like, ball. And we're like, amen, amen, amen.
Love all the bits with Fetch. With like when we said this outside the theater in our very brief, we have to save this for tomorrow discussion. When
Painful experience to watch a movie and not be able to discuss it in full fervor
yes.
right after and have to
and-
wait a full day.
to bring this up right now, because I don't think I've done this yet in the pocket universe that Lex has created.
Never do that.
With the like anti-proton river, which is all fun and cool. I say genuinely.
I'm like boring. I got one of those in my backyard.
When
and just established as fact, though.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, it's here.
it's a pocket universe.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing again, where
It's
I
a hot
appreciate
pocket
Gunn
universe.
just being like, we're at a level in superhero movies where it's like this can just be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually like when Lex's intelligence is more like that, where it's just
Yeah.
like, no, he's smart and he's just going to assume everyone knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we're on the same page. No,
Something
okay,
about
I'm
it.
not going to slow down. I'm not going to stop to explain this to you. I'm very busy.
Exactly.
Well, and also
But-
Lex, the Gunn has a quote about his version of Lex that he was like, Lex is such a good scientist that it borders on you thinking it's magic. And I think that's a really fun way to do it. I also
pretty
think
good.
Holt knows exactly. I think Hackman is a legendary actor, but this may be my favorite film characterization of Lex Luthor.
I would agree with that. I think
it is the closest we've gotten.
It's got like all of the things you want in a Lex, I would say.
And when they stand toe to toe,
Yeah.
like we've said before, that it's like you want a Lex Luthor that you feel like can stand toe to toe with Superman, and I believe it.
Yeah, it's not quite as like Clancy Brown, like
Sure.
the animated series, like kind of like with the cool, calm, collected, cool, calm, collected presence. I speak English, guys.
You got
I
it. You
swear.
got it.
but like I like that he's got a little bit of that like, no, you're supposed to bow before me.
Holt's like great weirdo energy.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think I almost prefer some of the Hackman stuff is like the thing that was missing in this one for me. For one, I wasn't like sold on it from the start. I wasn't like, oh, like he's going to be perfect for it. I was kind of like, oh, okay, I got to see. I like when they have Lex Luthor be like really schmoozy with like the politicians and the other people. And he didn't really seem schmoozy.
Not
He more
particularly,
seemed like,
no.
you know what? Do what I say because I'm smart.
Yeah.
And
Pick that up.
And it's like
Great moment.
the
Great moment.
The president, like, is like there was the donut part, right? Like where he gives him the donut, and he you know, he's a simple man.
Yeah.
But like other than that, I don't feel like he really schmoozed people to be like, I'm gonna get what I want and play it.
Yeah.
It just felt like he was like, no, I'm gonna do it. Like you said, like the what am I doing?
That is,
And that was
fair.
missing for me
That's
a little
fair.
bit. Which to the end of it, like I think he did great. I'm very happy with it. I think that he was written well. He was portrayed well. It all turned out really well with like his plan, and again how it's like that implied intelligence. Like, yeah, he's smart.
Yeah.
You guys are all just gonna have to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I actually really liked that, and then that kind of redeemed it for me. But that essence of Lex was kind of missing for me because I like to see convince me you're a good guy, Lex Luthor.
True.
Because that's how he
Yeah.
plays it. He's kind of the Palpatine, you know, that type
Yeah.
of like, I'm doing both sides.
Yeah, spoiler, he shoots lightning at every chance he no.
Yeah.
We were really talking like plot details in this movie a lot. We're just
Just
kind of
watch
talking
the
about
movie.
yeah, if you're watching the movie and you come into this, you kind of get
We're
it.
breaking
but, you
it
know,
down.
Superman's got to save the day, but he's being discredited by Lex Luthor. That's
It's true.
But he's also dealing with social media and politics and all of these very real world things that we've
Yeah.
never really seen him deal with.
I think this does, and I briefly touched on this. I do think this does and I don't mean to speak ill, but I do think it does a stronger case of Superman with real world implications.
Yes.
It kind of picks up the baton, is what I'll say, that Man
It
of
does.
Steel has.
It does. How do you feel about the fact that the initial him stopping the war we never see?
I'm fine with it. I think it's
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
It's one
it
of those
like
things
ends up
where it's
working, but like, you'd feel like it'd be the kind of thing you'd see in this movie, and it's just we're gonna start after that, and I think it's a really interesting choice.
Yeah. Well, also it's that thing of like, the only like Superman is such a truthful, earnest, honest character that it's like you're like, yeah, whatever he said is probably what happened.
Yeah.
You know, there probably is some level of
I never lie.
I never
But that's
left.
the
about who I
point is
am.
like, that is the point, I think, that like his integrity is in question through this movie. That's
Yeah.
like, that's kind of the whole thing. So I think that they don't show it because maybe that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Like as the audience, we're sitting here watching it and we just have to believe it too. But I think that
Yeah.
I like it that they don't show it because then it might have felt redundant when it comes back around
Yeah.
and
True.
the war is starting again.
True. That's actually a very good point.
And then it would have been reductive to
Yeah, and I
the
don't-
people who did show up to stop
Yeah,
it the second time.
And I don't say that as a criticism. I just think it's such a like an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Like I feel like your intuition or your like inclination or whatever, or maybe some other words that end in shun, like really would be to show it like and start the movie there. And it's instead James Gunn just doing his own thing is like we're gonna start with the credit and stuff.
Well,
like
I think, and I felt it when the war's coming back around and all the kids
Yeah.
are like shouting Superman. Is that like the emblem meaning hope,
Yeah.
right? Like in Krypton, and I feel like
dish, it's an S.
oh sorry, soap.
It stands for soap.
This movie is establishing him as a signal of
Yeah,
hope.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't think he is one yet. And I think if they started with it, then it would have been like, oh, he's a peacemaker.
Yeah.
But we're kind of like,
He's a figure of
is
controversy.
he though?
Yeah.
Or
He's
not?
a
And I
peacemaker. Yeah.
I got what you just
Good
referenced.
cameo too.
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. Yeah.
But no, I
But yeah,
agree.
so yeah, I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I was at
it was
first. I was
interesting.
like, I feel like I'm missing something, and then it was like the longer I went, I was like, no, it's there. Like I have all the necessary information. I don't know why I would imagine I'm confused.
Also, that moment of the invasion of all the children screaming Superman, then you see all the other people, you know, trying to defend themselves from invasion, saying Superman. Like I'm just full honesty, completely welled up in tears. Like
It's such a powerful moment in the
Yeah,
movie.
it had me choking up.
It is moments like those where I am like, this is the closest Superman movie. This is the best version of Superman I think we have gotten because
It is.
when I see them raise that flag, I really believe in like that message of hope and doing good and saving people. You know, there's that great moment in the interview in the beginning where he's just like, people are gonna die. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
had to
gonna
do
let
something. Yeah.
And when it's like, oh well, what about the legal? You know, what about like, oh, like this country's allies with the U.S. and it's like, doesn't fucking matter. Like we all know what we know, and it's like like people are going to die. These people's lives matter,
And he chose to stop it.
yeah, because he like if you have the ability, you have the responsibility. Like
You have
With great
power
comes
great.
anti-proton rivers.
Yes.
That was it.
beefy 5-layer burrito.
Ooh, fuck! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
It's almost too easy at this
Too
point.
good.
Like
I
I can
had
just.
Taco Bell 2 days ago. I can't have it again tonight.
You can bet your ass. You know what I'm doing when we walk
I
away.
gotta go. Sorry.
I know.
But yeah, I think this movie and Gunn, and we don't have to get too much into this, but I think it is something to just note. I think on the importance of the movie. You know, Gunn has said this movie ultimately is political, and he does want it to be for everybody, and everybody should be able to. It's about kindness and goodness, and I think that is a non-political stance, or should be a non-political stance.
I would agree.
And I think
I'm gonna be bold.
you know,
I agree
he
with you on
said, and this is the truth: Superman is an immigrant. Superman is a person from
Take
somewhere.
it back. No.
You're like, what do you mean?
Why'd you say it like that?
Why'd you say it like that? First, you guys are grilling my coffee as a hobby, and now you're like,
And all the people listening who are Mumford and Sons are like, I'm gonna fucking kill these guys. Like,
they're like you could hear it coming over the hill.
yeah.
I thought
This
that
is the guitar
point,
solo.
I thought that point could have been touched on a little more.
Sure.
I feel like they said it 3 times,
Which
and I
which
would
part?
have that he's like an alien. You know,
Oh, yeah,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah.
labeled him like you're not actually from here.
Yeah.
They said it. I feel like 3 times. I feel like they could have said it like 5. Like not like overemphasize, say it in every scene or anything, but like I feel like it felt like it was going to be a bigger part of the movie,
Yeah.
and it was a big part, but it wasn't like a big part. You know what I mean? If
get
that makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
I think the best part of this for me of like, or one of the strongest moments is when Superman just gets to, like, basically offer the mission statement to Lex at the end.
Yeah.
When Lex is
Good
saying,
speech. Very Superman.
very Superman. And I saw some people be like, is that too cheesy? I'm like, no, that's Superman.
That is Superman. Yeah.
And it's like Lex has also, this whole movie bombarded him with distraction after metahuman, after monster, after all this other stuff, that the moment that Superman actually gets to be at a moment where he gets to like have a conversation with Lex, and when Lex has that whole like, yes, I envy you, all this other stuff, but also I see that like you're not human and you're a threat to us and all this other stuff, that having Superman be like, no, like I experience all the things that you experience, and that I love the inclusion of the line of I hope, and like I cannot wait for I hope one day you're able to see that.
Yeah.
That Superman is like,
He's not giving up on him. You
no,
know.
which I think is beautiful, and like that is like the strength of the character, is that it's like I want us to be on the same page about this. I do not agree with what you're doing, but like I hope that you find that someday, which I think is really beautiful. And then Lex
Not
gets
as
fucked
beautiful
up
as
by a
him.
dog.
Yeah,
which I
that's
love.
true. That's great.
10 out of 10.
The only he should have really got him in a headlock and then just like
He really, dude, he
no.
bashes him around. It's so great.
Crypto's like, get over here, like, and you're like, ah.
Deserved.
Well, just yeah. Yeah, I love when they're like he does the whistle like right when he's like fighting Ultraman, and
Yes.
the dog's like in a pet store just
That
taking the
was
treats down.
Amazing.
Well, even when
Crypto rang that bell, you know what I mean?
dude, so true. Crypto, bro, like
and
Liberty
then
Bell
he like,
scenario.
and then he
cracked
rung
that shit.
Lex Luthor's bell.
Oh hell yeah! Well, even when Superman talks about bringing Crypto back, and Mr. Terrific is like, "You brought the dog again." He's like, "Stop bringing it around."
Yeah, there's so many funny moments in this movie, and it's so entertaining.
I also, I guess, talking about Crypto, I think we should also just talk about maybe the little surprise cameo that we get at the end that Crypto
yeah.
is on loan.
Yeah, apparently.
That it is a foster situation for his cousin, Kara
Yeah.
Zor-El,
Yeah,
Supergirl.
Supergirl, yeah.
She gets to pop
Really
up.
fun popping at the end.
Yes.
I'm still marinating on the placement of that reveal, but I also very positive mostly. It's a fun
Question.
scene. It's kind of
Yes.
As someone who's not watched all of it, I thought like Superman's the last one.
So he is and he isn't. He is initially the last one, and then it's like, oh, there was like this offshoot of Krypton that existed, or Brainiac has like bottled this part of Krypton. There's like always a different. He is until he isn't,
And they're cool with
basically.
playing with it. I'm
Yeah.
good with that. Like I'm
Yeah.
super down. Like I think it was funny to throw her in, but yeah,
yeah.
I just was like,
Yeah, well, she's the next movie. So,
the next DC
when does that come
movie
out? Is that
is
next year or is
Supergirl.
that 2 years from now?
It's next
What is
year.
it, next year?
It's
Okay.
already shot.
Wow.
So if it's
Um,
next year, should we line it up?
Oh yeah, well, because there
There's
is
no
also
other
the
ones.
1984 Supergirl movie.
Oh, spoilers for next season.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is scheduled for release June 26, 2026.
Matt, it's just Supergirl now.
Is it?
I think it did.
Yeah,
I think
they
you
changed
did.
it.
You
They
lopped it
changed
off
it?
like it did.
Supergirl.
That was kind of embarrassing.
Fuck, guys, I'm sorry.
I know.
But yeah, so it
Why don't
comes
you go
out.
sit in the Taco Bell ball pit and think about what you just did.
Oh no!
Sitting there with a gordita.
Oh no! I've got my
Going
crunch
to-
wrap in my. Okay.
We got to stop doing that.
Nacho fries.
We're not sponsored, but if someone can make that happen,
Please
talk
do
to us. I want
would love that.
free food.
But no,
Mostly because I'm poor.
I can't wait for that movie.
I'm wasting away.
And it also, actually, I kind of want to get this on air. I'm curious. Dish, do you know who Lobo is?
I'm just kidding. Yes.
You do know who Lobo is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
Looks
know.
like he should be in Kiss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Do you know
who's playing
Michael
him in
Bay is?
Supergirl?
No.
Jason Momoa.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I just
Nice.
wanted to
Did
check.
you guess
I was
that, or
curious.
did you remember that? What
I
was
remembered that
cryptic
from
look you
something.
gave? For those of you who are listening,
And I also
your
saw
car
it on
and
his
your
phone when
runs
he was
and
looking at it.
all that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But I did remember actually hearing that. I think when they
Yeah.
announced her and everyone,
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
that was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Um,
that should be interesting.
And
I
he's
cannot
gonna
wait.
be in
I
that
like him.
movie. Is that what we said?
yeah, he's confirmed
Right on.
to be in
So
there.
he's like villain turned.
I hope he's like
Just
full
villain.
Minecraft Jason Momoa.
Oh my god!
I think. I mean,
we
never
did it. It's
before
just Jack Black.
has a character been
He's like,
designed.
the Lobo Man coming in.
Who would- Jack Black would be a good Mitzpitlick.
That's actually I'm here for
That's
it.
a good what?
Mr. Mitzpitlick.
Say it backwards.
I can't.
Thank
Thank God I'm not Superman. You know. What
I
I
know.
mean? Yeah, I think.
I like that, like, most of the comic, not to, like, derail, but, like, I like that when they do Mr. Mitzplit, like, a lot of him is being like, you can get rid of me if you can get me to say my name backwards. He's like, I can't even say your name forwards. He's like, it's not that hard. You say it like this, they say it like that. Dang it. And then, like, he tricks himself.
Explode. He goes away.
The
Yeah.
power of ego.
Do we have any kind of other thoughts that we want to talk about the movie? Or do we want to
I was
get
gonna say, do you guys
into-
want to do, like, real
the
quick,
question?
your favorite scene of the movie?
one
Or
thing
you're
maybe
like,
before
first, oh, you're good.
When he gets animated, Superman, he reminds me so much of Zachary Levi.
When he gets animated?
like
voice.
emotionally
Like
animated?
yeah, like animated. When he yells, it's like he sounds exactly like Zachary Levi to me.
That's really funny.
I also like shout out to your brother, friend of the show, Connor Vera,
Yes.
has talked
Hi, bro,
about
bro.
he's actually a lot like Brendan Fraser, which I actually totally
You pointed that out.
yeah.
totally see.
I see a lot of like Instagram like fan cast or like TikTok, and it's always like what could have been, and it's the '90s, and it's Brendan Fraser,
Yeah, and
which I deposit
Still could
Sandra
have been.
Bullock as
I
his
think he
Lois
could have done
Lane.
it.
he would have been such a good.
I think he can
Superman.
still do it.
Let's do it. Let's get that Kingdom Come thing rolling.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we did a flash forward of this universe and Brendan Fraser was playing David Cornsweat's aged up
Yeah.
Superman, fuck it, put him in like the Batman Beyond suit.
Oh, yo, with like the white.
Yeah,
oh,
dude, one of my favorite
that's
Superman
tasty.
suits. That thing is clean
That is
as
tasty.
hell.
Nothing good.
But
Yeah.
I guess you said favorite scene.
Favorite scene, yeah.
You want to take it?
No, I don't have. I need time to think.
Dish, you have a favorite scene?
Like the whole movie. No, genuinely, I really. Actually, I
No,
do know.
fair.
One of my. I don't know if it's my favorite scene, but one
Well,
of
I
my like
wanted to go.
highlight scene. Okay.
I'm just kidding. Go,
I
go,
yield.
go. You're on a roll.
I'm a bitch. I'll
We're
submit right now.
We're gonna, yeah, you.
All right,
you,
Some
all
people
right,
get
now I
way
have
too
to go.
excited
we're
on the
gonna
podcast. I
save
think.
the anticipation of what Dave's answer is.
All right, now I have to go. It was Mr. Terrific leading
Fair.
into when they're sitting there at the portal that's like closing.
Yeah.
And it's like the orbs, or
Yeah.
sorry, the spheres.
The spheres,
the
not a
T-spheres,
circle.
they went out and like Crypto's chasing them and he's
Yeah.
like trying to keep this baby. Like, it just
Amazing.
felt so dynamic. And it was
It's
so
very-
like, you know, of course Metamorpho can't hold his own son when he's transforming. You know,
Yeah.
of course Superman has to do it. Of course Krypto's here, and of course there's spheres. And it was just like, it was so much fun. And then they finally get back, and then when Superman's like, "You came for me." Like, I think that whole thing just like circled up so well for me from when they landed on
Yeah.
the beach to that point. I was just like, that was a good run.
That's a
I
really
like
good
that.
scene.
I think for me, I think it's everything on Kent Farm. I think Ma and Pa
Yeah.
Kent, we didn't
Ma
talk
and
too
Pa
much
Kent,
about them,
no.
but I think they're really well cast. I think they feel so lived in and so real. Their house is so, I mean, Gunn is
They
a guy.
were a different take.
Yes.
Incredibly,
Yeah.
very different. Like,
It was
even
good.
based
Gun-
on the trailers, I didn't quite expect that was what they were going to be, but I really like it.
Gunn's, I believe, lived in Missouri for some time, and so he said that he wanted people that felt like the people he grew up with. And frankly, I totally
They
feel
look like it feels like he casted his parents as Mom and Pa
The
Kent.
speakerphone, like towards
Yeah.
the beginning, and she's
"Can
like
you
up
see
on
me?
it, like
Can you see me?
they felt really.
There's something. There's a
Did you hear
story on
him?
the box.
I think their house, like Kent
The
Farm,
box.
looks really great.
Yeah.
It's he said is like a converted double wide trailer, which I think is such. I think it's perfect. I think all the
That's
stuff
great.
with them. I think, yeah, I think the Kent Mom and Pa Kent have been important in some previous iterations and less important in others, and important for maybe what I would say is the wrong reasons in some others. And I think in this one, I really feel like what I've said on previous episodes, my belief is that Superman's goodness comes from the Kents and not from Krypton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think,
well, even more so in this one.
Yeah, especially
even
this
more,
one.
yeah, especially this
Yeah.
one. And I think when I see them, I don't know. I felt really, I loved that. Anything with them and the scene with Jonathan Kent.
I thought
that
was cool.
scene's really good.
I
was
feel
gonna
like-
say, oh, good.
I gotta go watch back the Man of Steel, like the pep talks he gets from Pa Kent,
Yeah.
just to like
Maybe
really compare
maybe
them.
you should
but
let them die.
right, but the second one, like "You Are My Son" and all that type of stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys,
that's all
part's
you
really
guys
great.
posted about it this week, and I was just like reminded of that line, and like obviously immediately after seeing this movie, it's like those are neck and neck for me. But I feel like I want to go back and watch it, and then like let them marinate a bit
Yeah.
to see which one I appreciate more.
And
Yeah.
Dave?
So I was gonna say, since you brought up the Mom and Pa Kent stuff, I really love. This is not my number one, but I really like when he wakes up and Krypto's just on his chest.
Fair. Yeah,
'Cause
great.
I've been
beat.
there. And
Good touch.
It's a good feeling. It's a good.
Good boy.
Man's best friend. Really like that. I also really like. This is just like a fun thing that I like that we didn't address. But when the kaiju shows up and he catches the foot and he has to blow the dog out of the way.
Yeah.
That was
really
funny.
funny. But I really like the speech at the end when he like confronts
yeah.
Luthor and like wins. I really like that. I also like that Mr. Terrific kicked the door down and is like, he goes, "I can help you." He's like, "I don't need your help."
That was
I'm
great.
Mr.
That
Terrific.
was
I'm
so
goddamn
smooth.
I
Mr.
was like,
Terrific.
give that man whatever he wants. He is so cool.
He's the best.
He really was. He had that like that swagger on him.
Yeah.
That like when he rolled in there and like he did the roll and like up, like it was so smooth.
It's
and I'm like,
confident.
The
I wonder how many
confidence,
takes
damn.
they had to do,
True
or if it was just
confidence.
like
I don't think he needs
was
that many takes to get into
right?
that character. I
like
feel
it looked like it was so natural
It
and like
was
how
so
he
natural,
rolled
yeah.
into it. And then the guy's like, "I'll help." And yeah, like you said, oh,
so
good.
much fun. But yeah, like the speech at the end, I think just perfectly encapsulates what Superman is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And we have not seen it in this degree since Christopher Reeves, really, in the first
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And it's even taking a step further, like really acknowledging that he's not from Earth, that he is an immigrant, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Like it's so perfect for now. And I really liked it. And so like that scene, I got like chills and I was like, I welled up. People clapped at the end of the movie. Like
Yeah.
it was a soft clap, but we clapped nonetheless. But it was just really, really just
Yeah.
good Superman story.
I agree. I think they did a really good job establishing Superman. And I
Yes.
think if you were to think of it like, oh, it's like, what's the thesis of the movie? It was establishing hope. He
Yes.
is a beacon. He's a signal. This is what he's going to be about. And this is what he's going to continue to be about. This is where the struggle is going to be for the rest of it. And this
Yeah.
is how, people are going to come to rise against him to like destroy him. And as they were doing in this one, like trying to destroy him as a signal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Defamation. Like,
Yeah.
Defamation,
go right
yeah.
for it.
Defamation, yeah.
I also wanted to shout out Hawk Girl screeching like a bird whenever she's
Yes.
chasing people.
10 out of 10.
Terrifying.
Terrifying, absolutely hilarious.
With a
Can't wait
mace?
to see what she's going to be like with Aaron Pierce.
Oh, yeah.
with
with
his Green
Jon
Lantern is
Stewart.
going to be like. Yeah.
I also do think we need to shout out on air and pay credit and respects to Dish for a moment before we get into the We Need
Oh,
One score.
yeah.
There was a text message sent in our group chat I think the morning we watched the movie, where he said, "I bet $10 that that Luther has that it involves real estate," and I don't know how you felt. I was like, "Haha, very funny joke."
Very funny.
And I sat next to Dish as we were watching the movie. When it cuts to, and I know Lex has a thing in the movie where he's like, "It's not about the land, that's a bonus." But when it cut to the map and it showed Lutheria, it took me a second.
I passed a dollar bill down.
I
Not
was
actually,
so
but like
stoked.
in my brain, I was like, if I had a 10, I would have like passed it down.
Dish started to chuckle, and it took me a second to catch up. And I literally was like, "Oh, my
It was
God."
real estate,
I heard
baby.
you guys laugh, and then it cut to the close up of the map, and I went, God damn it, he won.
He fucking
won the bet.
I think I did turn to you, and I was like, "You were right. You were
dude.
totally
Yep.
right."
You can call him the bet. You're pretty good at this guessing game, bro.
I know. I had to pour one out for Luther again, but
Yeah.
Do we want to get into the We Need One score?
I think it's time.
Are we sending the messages?
Yes, we'll send the messages while we do that. I also want to, because we didn't really like talk about how Ultraman is a clone of him. But how do we feel about Corn Sweat with long hair? He's giving Witcher
I was a
in
fan.
a very good way.
He looked very empty, which I think is the point, of course.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It's like a flesh bag version of him, just like he's there. It's
Yeah.
not him, but
Ironically, all brawn, no brains.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought all that was really strong. I think, again, kind of referring back to that previous review that I saw, that you'll
You
believe
gave a point?
a universe can say. Yeah, I had to. I had
You
to.
trying to complicate the score, dude?
Yeah, I'm
He
really.
is.
I want to fuck it up.
Thank God Dish is here and can do math because
But I really do think that this universe feels really lived in and fresh.
Yeah.
And
you can feel the history of it all.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very excited to
Yeah.
see what the next DC projects bring. I think the
I'm
DCU
very
is in
excited
very
for it, too.
good hands.
Yeah.
So
And I hope they learn from, some Disney Marvel planning and they take it slow.
Yeah.
they should
They take it slow and they
but,
do it well.
Like James has done. I don't know if we really mentioned it in the episode, but James been talking about like that it should be a tapestry. Your
Yes.
connected universe. That where you look at it, even individual parts of it, it tells a whole story on its own. But when you back up, you can appreciate the whole picture kind of thing. I feel like you really get that with this.
And also
It
letting
does feel like one part of the tapestry, but not like you need to watch this to know everything. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
And also letting each film be. I'm very excited to see how all the other TV shows and other films reflect the creators that made them. I
Yeah.
think Gunn has been very vocal on the fact that he wants everything to feel distinct. He wants creators to have, writers, showrunners
Yeah.
to have control and their voice. And this is very much a James Gunn film. And I say that as a strong compliment. And I am excited to see the diversity, for lack of a better word, of the universe and of the voices that get to tell these stories and adapt these characters. But yeah,
cool.
I am excited. Yeah.
I'm super excited.
do we want to do the score? Do you want to
Wanna
throw
do
it
the
up,
score?
Dish? You want to do the honors since you nailed that real estate thing?
Yeah.
This is why he's the producer of the show, guys.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
Nice.
Live Moss, Taco Bell, Taco Bell.
Plymouth.
And then it goes MeUndies, and then Dollar Shave Club, and then
Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We have our own bar of soap coming out.
Yes. We do have our
It's
bar.
our
so
bathwater. Collective.
Yeah.
We're sorry in
it's-
advance.
It's got 3 whole. We can cut that joke.
Anyways, not cutting it. Just let it happen.
When I heard
Anyways,
about that,
the
I-
score,
What happened?
the official We Need One score
Hit me.
for Superman 2025,
Yes.
8.9.
Hey,
Nice. So
that's
we
a-
very much want one more.
Very
do.
much so.
Right on.
I'll say I gave it a 10.
Give
Give
it
it
a
10.
10.
I am
Right on.
ready. As you know, I'm a simple man. I casually enjoy movies.
Yeah.
I like a good story. I thought it was solid. Great
Yeah.
movie. Felt good.
It's super solid.
I left
super
the
fun.
film feeling amazing. I will watch it again. I think that was one thing I actually had thought. I don't remember what point exactly, but part through the movie, I was like, would I watch this again? Like, do I feel that? And like, oh yeah, I will for sure.
I feel like I could rewatch this a lot.
yeah.
I'm
I
seeing
feel
it.
like
Good
it's
movie.
got really good rewatch potential, and I'm planning to try to find my way back to the theater this weekend if I can.
I'm
But we'll see how well that goes.
I'm already set to see it on Friday.
You're like, I'm
out.
I'm leaving right after this to go watch it. When we're
This is actually, I created an Ultraman version of myself.
He's
the
there
real,
now.
No, the real Matt is actually there.
No
This is
wonder
the thing.
your comments have seemed very empty.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
pull back the wigs
Everything
to
I've said
reveal
has been
long-
pretty hollow
longer
and
hair.
without content. But I will say, for transparency's sake, yours is a 10. Mine was an 8.7 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's it. You can go ahead.
I don't wanna
You can go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I give it like an 8, just because I thought there was something about this that was so contained in a weird way that I was like, yeah, if you never got another one, really solid one movie, like it's just
Agreed.
on its own. But the universe is so clearly very rich with history and places to go. It makes me excited for superhero movies again in a way that I feel like I felt something that I think I felt when I watched the first Iron Man, where I was like, I can't wait to see what the rest of this world is.
Yeah.
And
Agreed. It was the world.
and it's just like that thing of like, it's so good on its own, but there's clearly a lot of room to go a lot of different directions. And it's like, I mean, as long as we're going to continue to have fun, I want to have fun at the movies.
I agree. I had an
In
Avengers like experience when the movie ended. I had how I felt when I saw the Avengers, and I was like, he fucking did it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's like he nailed it.
He did.
He
And
really
I
did it.
so hoping the numbers line up because that's the industry.
How's it
Yeah.
tracking? It's tracking pretty good right
It's
now, right?
tracking quite well right
Yeah.
now.
Which is good.
'cause I
Because
know
I
what-
hope the numbers hit.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, oh, we need more, and they make more.
It's
Yeah.
tracking.
We're shipping it.
It's tracking to exceed expectations
Good.
right now.
That is
And
good.
And also reviews are
Very
so
good.
strong that even if the movie like it's important to remember like Batman Begins didn't break $1 billion.
Nope.
The Batman didn't break $1 billion. Like $1 billion is the exception, not the rule. It shouldn't be the watermark. Like Gunn has said
that's a
on
really weird watermark or benchmark to have.
Gunn has said before, someone was like, "Oh, like the movie needs like $800 to be $800 million to be successful," and he was like, "It doesn't need that much." Like, he was like, "No, that's not what it is."
I love how he's like, no. I love that he's so quick to just like put an end to like nonsense. Like he won't just be like there like, I don't know. Like he won't sit there and fan it. He's just like, no.
No.
Full stop.
So yeah, I think given our we need one score saying we do need more, I think we will be very happily set for the future.
I think so too.
Yeah.
It's a bright future. I might even go watch the other DCU movies. I might just go see where we were.
The old ones or the new ones that come out?
The old ones. I
The
go
old
check
ones?
them out. Like
Godspeed.
When I
Not
came
Superman vs. Batman, like whatever.
Shortly after watching the movie, I did see that Laura, her dad, was watching first Suicide Squad.
Wow.
And
I thought you were gonna say The Flash for a second.
No, but I was like, I looked at that. I was like, I came in and I saw that, and I was like, looking at Suicide Squad, having seen Superman, and I was like, boy, we've come a long way,
We
and
really
I'm
have.
very happy for it.
We really have.
Yeah.
I really want to rewatch the second Suicide Squad movie. I'm overdue for a rewatch of that.
It's a great time.
It's a great time.
But yeah,
A little bit of
so
Polka Dot Man.
do we want to say what we're doing next week?
Do you remember what we're doing next week? Because
That is a nice little setup for a bit that will come out for an episode next month.
Fun fact.
I still don't know.
You're gonna find out that in the recording of this, Matt and I have no idea what year it is, or month, or what movie we're doing half the time.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was.
yes.
Okay.
So
What are we
what are
doing
we-
next? Because I actually suspect I have to go do my homework and get prepared.
So we are kind of slowly implementing.
Those are
some
letters.
new...
I can't do anything with that.
It's okay. I got it.
He has it abbreviated. I don't know what that is.
We are implementing kind of an additional thing. We cover a lot of franchises, and look, we love series of movies, as is the thesis of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But we also do love movies that don't have sequels, and we do want to ask the question: should we have gotten one more? And so we will
Or
offer.
perhaps maybe I just need one more.
He fucking hit it on the head
I'm gonna
right
be
there.
selfish with this one, maybe.
We
took it.
We
You give
will,
me like a don't blow raspberries in my direction.
we
I was excited for that.
after doing big series like the ones we've done for Superman, we will be offering an I Need One More, where one of us will offer a movie that does not have a sequel, and we will deliberate whether or not we think it should have. And this next week is my pick.
Nice.
Thank you guys for letting me go first.
And because it fits in the schedule very nicely.
It also
It
fits in the
does.
schedule quite nicely. So next week we will be talking about the underrated, and I'm going to spoil a little bit of my thoughts, underrated masterpiece Lana and Lily Wachowski's Speed Racer.
Get hyped.
I cannot fucking wait.
This is a movie I had not revisited since it came out, and I'm really glad we did it. Without getting into the spoilers of that for
It's a very fun
next
conversation.
episode. But so check out that movie. Get prepped for that episode so you can check in and let us know if you liked this episode and this movie, and if you think you need one more, guys.
Yes, let us know.
Let us know what your score is.
But for now,
Also,
Dish, any
lastly,
final thoughts?
only thing I was going to say is just because we could be preemptive in this one, buy your tickets for the new Fantastic Four.
oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
that will
It's
be
probably coming
Go
up.
buy your
So if you haven't
tickets,
bought
make
your
sure you
tickets
got
and you're not
something.
planning on going, check it out.
You
If you're
should-
planning on listening to that episode, because we're going to try and get that out the week of. So
We want to solely stimulate
Mhm.
the movie industry,
Yeah.
Across the economy.
the entire economy,
The entire
at
economy.
at a level that Taylor Swift's Eras tour did.
Yes.
Damn.
We want to go places.
I hope we can meet that.
Honest,
Think what you will, but numbers are numbers, baby.
Okay, fair
and
enough.
sometimes, and most times, they get bigger.
That's true. But yeah, stay tuned for Speed Racer next week and
We got a lot of
Fantastic
good
Four
stuff.
First
So,
Steps after that.
And we got a lot of good stuff for the rest of the year, even. So
Yeah.
if you're like half
Yeah.
in, get fully in,
Get full in. If you got
Chips.
one foot out, all in.
all in.
Put them
All
in.
in. If you're sitting there with an 18 on this blackjack, hit.
Yes.
Don't stay.
And
That's really bad blackjack advice, by the
it's
way.
okay. I don't know how to gamble.
Yeah.
So I trust you more than I trust myself.
I've seen your
on
credit
it.
card statements. No. It's more like a shot at myself.
He's right.
I'm projecting, actually.
But yeah, until next week,
Drive safe, everyone.
up and away.
And go Speed Racer, go.
Go Speed Racer, go.
Actually, crypto, get the ball.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for listening to We Need One More.
Be sure to follow us on socials like TikTok and Instagram at WNOM Podcast to stay up to date on upcoming episodes.
And feel free to join our Discord community where you can share your thoughts on the movies we're watching together. That's going to be at WNOM Podcast server with the link in the bio.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. That's the best way to support the show and to let us know that you need one more.
We'll see you next week. This podcast is produced by Pilot 9 and 9 Ball Creative.